You're listening to The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, Cedar Rapids. We now leave our network programming to bring you the following special sports presentation. Cedar Rapids Kernels at the Good Times Road. Play ball! Are you ready to let the good times roll? Are you ready for Kernels baseball? The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, and the Class A affiliate of the Anaheim Angels welcome you to Cedar Rapids Kernels baseball. Now in his ninth season as the voice of the Kernels, here's John Rogers.
3 of 4 in Grand Rapids, Michigan versus the Whitecaps. The Kernels open up an 8-game homestand beginning this evening. The first of 4 against the Class A Midwest League affiliate of the San Diego Padres, the Fort Wayne Wizards. We'll be welcoming over 450 faculty, staff, and students from our nearest neighbors in the school realm, that is Trinity Lutheran School night. They're just beyond the left field wall here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Our dugout interview guest has a very interesting background. He's an Ivy Leaguer, but he's a Midwesterner from the Chicagoland area, and he hurled a scoreless inning to help the Kernels win yesterday the series finale in Grand Rapids 5-4. Lefty Scott Heineman will join us next on the dugout interview. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on The Zone.
Kernels fans, your Cedar Rapids Taco Bell restaurants have something new for you to cheer about this season. A Taco Bell 10 spot. When the Kernels score 10 or more runs in any game this season, you'll score beef tacos for just 39 cents the very next day at any Cedar Rapids Taco Bell. That's a savings of 50 cents per taco. Limit 10 per customer. Remember, when the Kernels put up a Taco Bell 10 spot by plating 10 or more runs in any game, you get up to 10 39-cent beef tacos the very next day at any Cedar Rapids Taco Bell.
Make it good, make it cool, make it solid, make it true, make it fast, make it tough, make it what you're not enough, make it this, make it that, now to show you where it's at, 'cause when you finally make it right, make it a Bud Light, yeah, make it
Bud Light beer at the Bush of Missouri.
Scott Heineman, myself, and all of our listeners have been eager to hear from you because, quite frankly, we just don't get that many guys that sign professionally from the Ivy Leagues, yet it's a very good league for baseball. Could you tell us, first and foremost, how you decided to go to such a prestigious institution, Princeton?
Well, I guess my parents, when I was younger, always stressed education, and I visited Princeton and Harvard and Dartmouth. But I also visited Northwestern and Duke, and when it came down to it, I actually thought Princeton played the best baseball, all 5 of those schools, even better than some of the scholarship schools I was looking at. And I guess when I was just thinking of my future, I just thought that going to a school like that and having the opportunity to play baseball might be better than going to a less prestigious school that was, better at baseball. And as a pitcher, they can kind of find you anywhere. As a hitter, my decision might have been a little bit different, I guess.
So you were happy with your education and your baseball at Princeton. What kind of academic rigors did you have to go through? Because I know the standards are so high, not just to get in. We'll talk about that in a second. But once you get there, I imagine you had 6 to 8 hours of homework every night.
Yeah, the work's a little bit difficult sometimes. It's more they just try to give you a lot of it. Trying to play baseball and do that at the same time wasn't too easy sometimes. My senior year I had to write a thesis, which basically took up my entire year. But once that was done, things got a little bit easier at school.
Now, some of the Division I schools play up to 50, 60 games, Scott, and Princeton is an Ivy League school. They don't go to bowl games for football. They get one representative in the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. What kind of baseball schedule are you allowed to play as a Division I school?
We actually start our games the middle of March when we start spring break. I think most other Division I schools will start at the beginning of February, and the northern schools will travel south. We usually went down to North Carolina and Virginia, and we play for the entire week. We get in about 11 games. And I think the entire season ended up being about 45 games. We play 4 games a weekend instead of 3 like most other teams do. And then out of the 3 years I was, we made the NCAA's 2 years. So we ended up getting an extra 2 or 3 games with that every year. And I think it was between 40 and 45 games we played, compared to 50 or 60. So it wasn't too big of a difference.
And who are some of the best, besides Princeton, of course, some of the best East Coast schools? I know we hear a lot about Seton Hall because they produce guys like Mulvaughn and Matt Morris, but who are some of the other powerhouses out east?
Well, Rutgers had a real good team for a while. They were in the top 25, and they had the kid Bobby Brownlee, who was a first-round pick, and I played against David DeJesus, who's the center fielder for the Royals right now. In the Northeast, there aren't too many other good teams. If you go a little bit further south down to Virginia, we played VCU and Old Dominion, and then you even go further south to North Carolina. But in the Northeast, the baseball, it's not as good as it is in other areas.
Did you ever get to play either in Yankee Stadium or Fenway Park?
I didn't get to play in either of those. I did get to throw a bullpen at Shea Stadium right before the draft. I've seen games at Yankee Stadium and Fenway Park, but I've never had the opportunity to play there.
Scott Heineman, our dugout interview guest, he comes to us from the Chicago suburb of Inverness, is that right?
Yeah, Inverness.
And Scott, as far as academic standards getting into some of those schools you mentioned, you looked at Harvard and Princeton and Duke, and I know I taught at Carleton College in Minnesota for 6 years where the average ACT was 29. That was average. You could get into Carleton with a 27, but you could also not get in with a 31. What's it take to get into Princeton as far as either grades, extracurricular interests, or board scores?
Well, as an athlete, they have lower standards, which is good for me because I don't think I would have gotten in.
I'm sure you would have.
If I wasn't supported by the baseball coach. But I mean, most kids do well in high school. Their grades are all pretty good, and then everyone else kind of has something else that they're good at, either outside of academics, whether it's athletics or playing the piano, or they're maybe really good at math. And then it's like that one other talent kind that would get you in there. In terms of like your test scores, there's a huge range, but they're mostly I think once you get above a certain score, the difference in it really isn't that much. So they're just kind of looking for like maybe an SAT score in a certain range, good grades, and then like whether you can do something else besides or do something else out of class that would contribute to the university.
Well, you fit all of those criteria. Scott Heineman's our dugout interview guest before the Kernels open this 4-game series, part of an 8-game homestand. It's Trinity Lutheran School night as we take on the Fort Wayne Wizards. The Kernels, having taken 3 of 4 from the West Michigan Whitecaps in Grand Rapids, sit atop the Western Division first half standings with a record of 14-9. We'll return with Scott Heineman, Colonel Southpaw, after this. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
Congratulations on buying your new $24,000 car. Oh, wait, you signed the contract, didn't you? Congratulations on owning your new $16,000 car. Sir? Sir? He's fainted. It seems criminal, doesn't it? The value of a new car drops by 1/3 the minute you sign for it. You haven't even put a slushie in the cup holder yet, and thousands of dollars have just floated away. But you're smart. You've learned the value of buying a young used car. But where do you go? Who do you trust? Well, come see us. We're Select Auto Group, a great way to buy a pre-owned car. For one thing, we don't have salespeople. You deal directly with the owners who make the decisions. This gives you the best price right away. And at Select Auto Group, we pride ourselves on honesty and integrity. No pressure, no hijinks. Plus, we offer extended warranties up to 100,000 miles and a full service department to back them up. You'll find us at 1st Avenue and 8th in Cedar Rapids and 7th Avenue and 6th in Marion. Select Auto Group, a great way to buy a pre-owned car.
Scott, Princeton is such a prestigious and renowned academic school, and you talked about the great baseball programs. Who were some of the so-called famous graduates of Princeton who our audience might recognize their names? Who were some famous alums?
Well, gosh. Let me try to think about that for a second. I mean, in athletics, it's Bill Bradley's kind of the big name.
He played basketball, and he ran for president.
Yeah, I don't... In sports, there aren't too many other big ones. Dean Cain actually played football. I know that my roommates in college all played football, so they'd like to remind me of that. I don't know. Steve Forbes also ran for president a few years ago. Actually, there's a cluster of dorms that's named after him. There's another cluster that's named after the Rockefeller family. So I don't know. There are plenty I probably don't recognize most.
Those are some great ones. Bill Bradley, Steve Forbes, the Rockefellers. Now, your blood is red, isn't it?
Huh? Yeah, my blood. I'm not a blue blood quite yet. There aren't too many in Chicago, hopefully. I think they stick out in New York and Connecticut in that area.
Well, Scott, it's been great for you to tell us mostly about your academic and athletic experience. A little bit about baseball. You have come back from a tough arm injury, and I'd like you to tell us the background on it because your recovery has been lengthy but remarkable.
Yes, after my freshman year at college, I had Tommy John surgery because I tore the ulnar collateral ligament in my elbow. I started the first game of our season my freshman year and threw 3 innings, and then it hurt. I tried to rehab it the whole year and it didn't get better, so I finally had surgery that summer. I missed my entire sophomore year, and I only threw 7 innings my junior year. I throw an inning a weekend just to try to get back into it. And then that summer I played up in the Cape Cod League. I threw about 25 innings, and after that is when I signed with the Angels. So it's been a lengthy process. It's taken a little bit longer than I expected it to. But my arm feels fine right now. I haven't had any problems with my elbow. It's been more with my shoulder. So we'll see how it's going. I'm still trying to get back stuff, like command especially. It's been 3 or 4 years, and it's tough. But a lot of guys in the big leagues have had it, and a lot of them come back for it. So it's pretty encouraging.
Well, it is. I know Joe Torres, our first draft pick from several years ago, is having that surgery done as well. And Scott, to finish up, you talked about the Cape Cod League. What an honor it is because that is considered the top wooden bat collegiate league. And there was a movie made about it recently. Could you let our fans know why it's such a renowned league out in New England?
Well, I mean, I think it has a lot to do with the tradition. It's been around for a long time. They always told us when we were out there that 1 in 6 big leaguers came from the Cape Cod League. When you look at how many guys are signing in Latin America and, everywhere else, it's pretty remarkable that still happens. I mean, in the atmosphere of the games, you play at high school fields, but there'd be, in Chatham at least, there were 3,000 people, 4,000 people some games, and you didn't pass the hat. It's a lot like a minor league atmosphere. The stadiums aren't as nice. We didn't have a clubhouse or anything like that, but you're really a part of the town. You work there in the mornings.
What did you do?
I cleaned carpets.
That's tough duty.
Yeah. I cleaned the Chatham Library from 8 to 12 in the morning, and we'd ride around and find someone's house to clean or whatever job we had. And then get home around 12, have lunch, and then we'd head out to the park at about 2.
Not a bad lifestyle for a college kid.
No, not at all. Spending your summer out there was one of the best things I've ever done.
Scott, thank you so much for joining us as our dugout interview guest. Congratulations on helping us to that thrilling win yesterday with your scoreless inning out of the bullpen. And as you get to know the Cedar Rapids area better, you'll want to take advantage of all the area Zio Giano's Italian spaghetti houses. This $5 certificate to any of the Zio Giano's for homemade pasta, perfect bread, and just the best in Italian food. Scott Hyman, thanks so much, and enjoy the meal at Zio Giano's.
I appreciate it. Thank you, John.
Scott Hyman, our dugout interview guest, he's got a fascinating background, and you can hear he's eager to get more experience, more of that training age, so that he can show that he's truly a good prospect for the Anaheim Angels, and that he is. We'll set the starting lineup for Game 1 of our 4-game series against the Fort Wayne Wizards, Class A Midwest League affiliate of the San Diego Padres. Those starting lineups in a minute. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Step up to the plate this summer and nominate your favorite Cedar Rapids Kernel for the Rockwell Collins Fans Choice Award. Every time you catch a Kernels game, fill out a Fans Choice ballot to recognize the efforts of your favorite ball player. Then drop the ballot in the designated box at the souvenir stand. During the season's final homestand, Rockwell Collins will present the Fans Choice Trophy to the player with the most votes and make a donation to that player's favorite charity. Rockwell Collins and the Cedar Rapids Kernels are partners on and off the field.
Who cares what's in a hot dog? This country was built on the principle that wretched refuse could be made great. So when the tofu-obsessed among us ask what the hot dog is made of, well, the High Life man turns the question back on the questioner. You, sir, what are you made of? What spice do you add to the national knockwurst? No, you do not ask of the hot dog. The hot dog asks of you. Are you man enough to live the High Life? Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. USA.
After taking 3 of 4 from the West Michigan Whitecaps, the Kernels are set to start an 8-game homestand. The first of 4 with the Fort Wayne Wizards tonight on a 59-degree evening, and then the Burlington Bees will be here over the weekend. Good Monday night. I'm John Rogers, and we're back from Grand Rapids. The Kernels arrived about 12:30 this morning, and we welcome in the Class A Midwest League affiliate of the San Diego Padres, the Fort Wayne Wizards. The Wizards are skippered by former big leaguer Randy Reddy. He played 13 years in the big leagues for 5 different organizations. He brings his Wizard club in fresh off a doubleheader sweep in Indiana yesterday of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. The Wizards sport a record of 11-12, and they are in third place in the Midwest League Eastern Division first half standings. The Kernels stand alone in first place atop the Western Division with a mark of 14-9, a game ahead of 3 clubs, Clinton, Kane County, and Peoria. Let's set the starting lineups on this beautiful 59-degree evening with, at least 450, if not 500 kids here from Trinity Lutheran Church, or Trinity Lutheran School. Leading off for the Wizards is their second baseman, Peter Ramos. Ramos at second leads off. In right field for Fort Wayne is Brian Walbrink. Walbrink bats second. Hitting third in left field for the Wizards is Jordan Pickens. The cleanup man for the Wizards is Mark McRoberts, and he is the designated hitter. McRoberts bats fourth. Fernando Valenzuela Jr. will bat fifth. He's at first base, and yes, he is the son of the former Dodger great left-hander from Mexico. Greg Bochy, the son of current Padre manager Bruce Bochy, is at third base. Greg will hit sixth for the Wizards. Batting seventh behind the plate, Colt Morton. Colt Morton will catch and hit seventh for Fort Wayne. In center field, batting eighth is Drew Macias. And Juan Siriaco is at shortstop. Siriaco at short bats ninth. On the hill for the visitors, making his fifth start of the year, no record in 4 previous starts, is a right-hander, 6'5", 210, a 22-year-old from South Alabama. Clark Girardo. Clark Girardo from South Alabama, a 7th-round pick of San Diego last year. No record, pitched 5 1/3 innings in his last start Tuesday in Dayton. A no decision in a Fort Wayne 8-5 loss to the Dragons. In that start, Clark Girardo went 5 1/3. He gave up just 3 runs on 4 hits, struck out 3, walked 3. Clark Girardo, a 6'5" right-hander, 22 years old from the state of Alabama, on the hill with no record, a 3.10 ERA. The starting lineup for the Kernels brought to you by Allen Motor Company, where the spring cleanup sale features fabulous savings on a wide array of new and used cars. 2004 GMC Sierras regular cab, our spring cleanup sale price at just $15,999. That's 23% off the list price on those 2004 GMC Sierras. 2004 GMC Envoys are spring cleanup sale priced at Allen's now for just $25,999. That's a savings of over $6,400. Allen's spring cleanup sale going on now, and on this beautiful Monday evening, head on out to Allen's as you tune into Kernel Baseball. Allen's is open till 9 o'clock this evening, and their spring cleanup sale is something. I-380 and Boyson Road, exit 25. Allen Motor Company, bringing us the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup. Quan Cosby is back in his customary leadoff role. He'll be in center field. Howie Kendrick will bat second and play second base. Hitting third in the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup, he's hitting a robust .351, and that is Matt Pauley. Pauley at first base will hit third. The cleanup man at right field is Blake Balcom. Balcom bats fourth and right. Hitting fifth for the Kernels at the hot corner, Matt Brown. Caleb Mayer is the designated hitter, and he'll hit sixth in the Allen Motor Company order. Batting seventh and catching is Tommy Duenas. Sean Rodriguez is the shortstop. He'll hit eighth. And batting ninth in left field, Nick Kimpton. Rounding out the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup, making his way in from the right field bullpen, is lefty Micah Posey. Micah, a 15th-round pick of Anaheim in 2001 out of Tallahassee Community College in Florida, is 3-0 this season with a 2.08 ERA. Micah Posey, a 21-year-old southpaw, 6'5", 220, 3-0 on the year, making his 4th start for the Kernels. That's the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup before the Kernels take the field with their Cost Cutters Dream Team, kids from Trinity Lutheran School. we want to set the Anderson and Brown Eye Care umpiring duo. A team of umpires has to focus on a goal of getting the calls right. That ability to focus is a necessity for the umpires. Anderson and Brown Eye Care can help make sure your eyes focus properly for your everyday duties. Anderson and Brown Eye Care is your family eye care center. They're great with kids, and they're the leader in ocular health prevention management and contact lens specialty in the area. The Anderson Brown Eye Care umpiring duo, Darren Baran is behind the plate, and Timothy Daub, D-A-U-B, will be on the diamond. That's our Anderson and Brown Eye Care umpiring crew for this series opener. The Kernels are glad to be back home after taking 3 of 4 from the West Michigan Whitecaps this past weekend. Bobby Wilson, who was red hot the last 2 games, Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon, is not in the lineup this evening. Neither is Brandon Wood. Brandon getting a much-deserved day off or evening off. I'm sure he'll be back in there tomorrow evening. Standing behind home plate, the dirt batting circle that is, and facing the backstop are a group of singers from Trinity Lutheran School. It's their night here at the ballpark, and they're all wearing school colors, gold and royal blue. And are we ever glad we're going to have warmer weather for them here this evening. And for that matter, the rest of the week, the temperatures are supposed to be on the rise, meaning good weather to take in family fun here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. The Kernels are lined up with their Cost Cutters Dream Team members at the entrance of their first base dugout. The Kernels in their white home uniforms with red socks, red numbers trimmed in black, navy blue hats with red bills. And the visiting Fort Wayne Wizards are in gray road uniforms with dark blue sleeves, dark blue hats, and then dark blue numbers trimmed in white and green. The Kernels do take the field with their Cost Cutters Dream Team companions from Trinity Lutheran School. And the faculty and staff from Trinity Lutheran is about ready to sing the national anthem. Let's join the public address system for the introduction of the national anthem.
Please stand and stand for national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, please join in the singing of our national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. The national anthem being performed this evening by members of the staff at Trinity Lutheran School.
Trinity Lutheran School staff members honoring America with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. There was one final from this afternoon on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. It's brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Gary Shubat, Lanny Peterson, Dale Thompson, and Al Shetler. That final was at Busch Stadium. The Cubs gained a split in their 4-game series with their rival, the Cardinals. The Cubs whipped the Cards 7-3 in St. Louis this afternoon. Emily is our in-studio engineer. I'm John Rogers. We'll have Kernel Baseball for you in just a moment. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Hey, man, what's up? Just getting ready to kick your butt. Right. And mess up your hair? You just wish you could look this good. Boo! Nothing but that. Hey, I'm a busy guy. I don't have time to make my hair look as good as yours. I mean, who has time to schedule an appointment, let alone show up for it? Not me. I just go to Cost Cutters. I can get in whenever it's convenient for me. Nice shot. Yeah. So you're telling me you just walk into Cost Cutters and come out looking good? Well, for some of us that comes naturally. But Cost Cutters makes it easier. They can do anything you want. A cool cut, even some color, and get some of that styling gel stuff to keep you looking good. Like me. Oh, so that's why your hair never moves. Oh, you're funny. Cost Cutters. Thanks, man. This'll save me some time. Great. Then you'll have time to work on your game. Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Are you a busy guy? Save yourself time and walk into one of our area's 12 Cost Cutters whenever it's convenient for you. Then relax, because Cost Cutters will make things easy and affordable for you.
Cost Cutters. Live your life. We always have time for your hair.
Well, we're glad you're settling in on this early Monday evening for the soothing sound of Kernel Baseball. The Fort Wayne Wizards are our opponent. And they'll be here tonight, tomorrow night, and Wednesday evening, 6:30 starts, and Thursday a noon start. And come on out, because those noon games are so popular to take in baseball under the sun and the warmth, and very, very good lunch concession items to choose from. The Kernels whip the Whitecaps Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon in Grand Rapids. Meanwhile, these Fort Wayne Wizards, with a record of 11-12, took a doubleheader at home yesterday over the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. Peter Ramos will bat first against lefty Micah Posey. Ramos is from Venezuela, 22 years old, and he's a right-handed batter. 5'11", only 150 pounds. Peter Ramos, he has 5 stolen bases, and Micah's first pitch is a strike, according to Darren Boudon, the plate umpire. We're underway. 59 degrees, our game time temperature. Kernel outfield plays the right-handed hitter straight away. Posey delivers a strike, a fastball on the inside corner at the knees. He's ahead of Peter Ramos. 0-2. Peter hitting .293. No homers, 6 RBIs, a slightly closed stance. Hands up high, and he drills one out of here for a leadoff home run. Peter Ramos on an 0-2 pitch belted it onto the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion. His first home run of the season. Micah Posey has allowed his 3rd home run of the year, and on an 0-2 pitch, he put one right in the batter's wheelhouse, and Peter Ramos slugged it onto the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion. 1-0 Wizards here in the top of the first inning. The batter is Brian Walbrink. Walbrink hitting .280. 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. He's from Cal Riverside, a 42nd round pick of the Padres in 2002. A high drive into deep right. Back goes Blake Balcom. He's got plenty of room in front of the track. And Brian Walbrink has flied to right for the first out of Fort Wayne's first inning. A leadoff home run by Ramos, and then a first pitch fly ball to right by Walbrink, and now Jordan Pickens at the plate. Jordan batting .333, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. He's from Coosa Junior College in California. 22 years old. 6'2", and a changeup is in on the outside corner. This fella Pickens was selected in the 12th round by the Padres in 2001, and he played with Eugene last year in 29 games, hit .280. Ball 1 sails outside and high to Jordan Pickens. Leads the Wizards with his 4 home runs. Fort Wayne is a team batting .250. That's 5th highest in the league. Micah's changeup is in the dirt, ball 2. Nick Kimpton in left field. Quan Cosby playing straight away in center. And in right, Blake Balcom. A light breeze is blowing out towards center field on this beautiful Monday night. Swing and a miss by Pickens on a very good let-up from Micah Posey. Pickens steps out. Randy Reddy, who was a third baseman in his pro career, is the manager of this Wizard team. He's coaching at third. A ground ball to the Wizard third base dugout, and Randy Reddy will hustle in and toss it up into the stands. The infield for the Kernels around the horn, Matt Brown, Sean Rodriguez, Howard Kendrick, and Matt Pauley. A battery of Micah Posey and Tommy Duenas. And a pitch down and in runs the count full for the right-handed hitter. Pickens has a lifetime average in 3 professional seasons of .251. But off to a great start, hitting .333 this season. He corks one hard to third. Backhanded by Matt Brown, and the throw in time. Jordan Pickens cracked one hard to the hot corner on a 3-2 pitch, but wraps out for the second out of the inning. Mark McRoberts was originally drafted by the Philadelphia Phillies back in the year 2000. And the Padres took him from Philadelphia in the minor league Rule 5 draft December of 2003. So he's been with the Padres less than a year. He swings and misses at a changeup, strike one. Mark McRoberts, a lean 6'3", 190, is the cleanup batter. Did not go to college. He's 22 years old, and he's a designated hitter. He's a catcher by trade. Ball one inside to Mark McRoberts. Unusual launch position with his hands. He points his elbow high in the air, almost above the level of the backstop. Micah's delivery is low and in of changeup, ball two. To Mark McRoberts. He's ahead on the count, 2-1. Ball three is downstairs. On deck is Fernando Valenzuela Jr. And no, he's not a left-handed screwball pitcher. He's a left-handed hitting first baseman. McRoberts takes a strike on the outside corner, and with 2 out and nobody on, the Wizards leading 1-0 on a leadoff homer by Peter Ramos. It's a full count to Mark McRoberts, the right-handed hitting cleanup man. Here's the payoff pitch. A high fly ball into left center. Drifting together, Tipton and Quan. Quan Cosby in left center calls off Nick, and Quan brings it down. So after surrendering a leadoff homer on an 0-2 pitch to Peter Ramos, Micah Posey gets the next 3 Wizards. 1 run for Fort Wayne in the top of the first. On 1 hit, there were no Colonel errors and nobody left by the visitors. After 1/2 inning, it's the Wizards 1 and the Colonels coming back. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
None of us can do anything about a bad day, but we can make certain nothing happens to all of our tomorrows. Take everything out of the hands of chance with a well-planned insurance program tailored specifically to your needs. Phil Andrews, your local Pekin insurance agent at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency, is an expert in insurance matters. Phil Andrews will develop the right insurance plan for your home, car, business, and life. Depend on Phil Andrews, your hometown professional with Pekin Insurance.
Hey, where were you earlier for the Dan Patrick Show?
Actor Tim Robbins joining us on ESPN Radio. Did you take one character, any character in mind when you came up with the character or added to the character of Nuke LaLoosh?
Oh, yeah, he's a kind of a combination between Fernando Valenzuela and John Travolta.
Okay, I knew that breathing through the eyelids would be Fernando, but where did the Travolta part come in?
The walk and the white suit.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekdays on ESPN Radio.
People say that I can't decide things. They are so wrong, but I couldn't be wrong about that.
A U.S. Bank check card with checking that pays gives you a choice of rewards, like cash, points for merchandise and gift certificates, World Perks miles, or even sweepstakes entries.
Easy decision. I'll take the cash. No, it's a sweep.
Sign up at your local U.S. Bank or call 1-800-720-BANK.
I've made up my mind to put off my decision. That is final.
U.S. Bank.
No, wait.
See banker for complete details. Member FDIC.
1-0 Wizards as we go to the bottom of the first inning here on Trinity Lutheran School night. The Goodwill Blaster is sending T-shirts and hot dogs high up into the air, into the stands, down the left field line, behind home plate, now up the right field line. That's the most exciting 90 seconds in baseball here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium when the Goodwill Blaster brings the crowd to its feet in a frenzy, trying to catch one of those Goodwill T-shirts or hot dogs. Clark Girardeau, Girardeau, a French name, 6'5", 210, is on the hill, making his fifth start for the Wizards, no record, and he fires a strike called to Quan Cosby. Quan hitting .239, started the Kernels' 4-run fourth inning in Grand Rapids yesterday with a solid single up the middle. Quan had 2 hits in 5 at-bats. Quan, a switch hitter batting left. Takes low for a ball. Cheating in on the grass at third for the Wizards is Greg Bochy, the son of San Diego manager Bruce Bochy. The lights have just been turned on here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Quan has 2 homers, 2 RBIs, 2 triples. And ball 2 is upstairs from Clark Gerardo. From the University of South Alabama, Eddie Stanky coached there for years. Quan was 3 for 12 in the series in Grand Rapids with a game-saving catch in center field in the opener Thursday night. He bounces one hard to second, and there's Peter Ramos to glove, and Quan Cosby's retired 4-3 to start the Kernel first inning. 1-0 Wizards on a leadoff homer by the second baseman who threw Quan out, Peter Ramos. Here's Howie Kendrick. Howie's in the throes of a bit of a slump. He is 1 for his last 23. Got the day off yesterday. Ball 1 up and in. Howie will come around. Believe me, he works hard, and he's a very, very good hitter. He's batting .232, a homer, 4 RBIs. Ball 2 just missed low, apparently. Kendrick ahead. 2-0. Howie's 20 years old from St. John's River Community College in Florida. Wide stance at the plate, and he whistles one foul into the net. 4 strike 1. This afternoon, the Cubs whipped the Cards at Busch Stadium 7-3. The only other game in the National League on the State Farm Major League scoreboard, the Reds and Houston at Minute Maid Park. The 2-1 from the right-hander is a breaking pitch fouled into the screen. Strike 2 to Kendrick. A light slate in the American League on the State Farm Major League scoreboard as well. The Indians take on the Red Sox at Jacobs Field. The White Sox in Baltimore at Camden Yards. That one's already delayed by rain. Ball 3 inside, and the count full to Howie Kendrick. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the first, the Kernels down by a run, 1-0. The Royals play the Blue Jays at Skydome. Now the payoff pitch to the Kernel second baseman. Strike 3 called. Howie Kendrick called out on strikes for the second out of the Kernel first inning. That brings in the red-hot Matt Pauley. Matt has 7 runs driven in his last 10 games, hitting a team-high .351, 3 homers, 12 RBIs for Matt Pauley. Left-handed batter hitting third in the Allen Motor Company order. The Devil Rays play the Rangers at the ballpark in Arlington, and our parent club, the Angels, entertain the Tigers late tonight. A breaking pitch from Clark Gerardo is a strike call to Matt Pauley. Great to see the over 450 from Trinity Lutheran School down below. Mr. Shucks is saying hello to them. A change-up and a swing and a miss by Pauley. He's in the hole 0-2 as Clark Gerardo tries to protect an early 1-0 lead, and he's made it look easy so far. Tall, slender right-hander from the state of Alabama. Fires just inside and low for ball 1 to Matt Pauley. Matt stands straight away from the left side, uses a black lacquer bat, has a long sleeve red shirt underneath his Kernel white and red top. Ball 2, a changeup in the dirt. This pitching staff for the Wizards is ranked 6th in the Midwest League, 6 of 14 teams with a team ERA of 3.53. They come in with a road record of 4-7, overall 11-12. Matt Pauley nubs one foul toward the third base Wizard dugout. Nice to see bigger and bigger crowds here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Jack Rader, our general manager, was beaming at this morning's staff meeting, telling us that the forecast is great for warm temperatures this homestand. A bouncer to the right side, fielded by the second baseman Ramos. He throws Pauley out. Oh, not only did Peter Ramos hit a home run in the top of the first, he made a spectacular defensive play going deep into the hole at second, and from shallow right field, he got Matt Pauley to end the Kernel first inning. The Kernels go in order, and after one, trail the Wizards 1-0. You're tuned to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
It's a good bet. Many of you have unwanted, perhaps now working, bulky items taking up space in your basement or garage. Well, now's the time to get rid of them during the annual bulky item cleanup in Cedar Rapids. The do's and don'ts are spelled out in a flyer you received in the mail recently. It lists the wood and plastic articles city crews will pick up when they come to your neighborhood, and explains how to dispose of unwanted appliances, tires, and scrap metals. Or check the city's website for all the details. This reminder from your friends at Cedar Rapids Solid Waste and Recycling.
Checking out the classifieds? Yeah, I'm tired of working at dead-end jobs. I want to work for a company that offers opportunity.
You know, I just got a job at Access Direct, and they're looking for people like you.
Really? What makes Access Direct so different?
I'm making $9 an hour, and I'll be getting a 50-cent increase within 6 months. Plus, there's always room for advancement.
How about benefits?
Access Direct has a full benefit package that includes 401k.
And vacations?
Access Direct offers 10 days vacation plus holidays.
Why am I looking in the classified?
Put that paper down.
Can we go to Access Direct right now so I can apply?
Let's go.
Don't settle for just any job. Find your future at Access Direct. You'll enjoy a relaxed, friendly work environment, and you'll work with great people just like yourself. Plus, you'll receive a competitive wage, benefits including 401k, 10 days vacation, and holidays off. Check out Access Direct today. Corner of Wiley and Williams Boulevard, and just off the Coralville Strip in Coralville.
Fernando Valenzuela Jr., a left-handed batter, takes high from Micah Posey. Lefty against lefty here in the top of the second inning. 1-0 Wizards. Micah Posey, a 3-0 record. Last pitch at home. Here's a high fly ball golfed into shallow right. Howie Kendrick drifts out and points the ball out to Blake Balcom, and that helped the right fielder find it. Fernando Valenzuela Jr. on a 1-0 pitch golfed it into right where Blake Balcom caught it. One away, the batter Greg Bochy, the son of the Padre manager Bruce Bochy. Bruce was named National League Manager of the Year in 1996 when he had National League MVP Kem Caminiti. Ball one is high and in to Greg Bochy in 12 games. The right-handed hitter batting .261, a couple of homers, 9 RBIs. Bochy is 24 years old. And a pitch low, ball 2 to the right-handed hitter. Micah pitched 6 innings here Tuesday night, his last start at home against Quad City. A ground ball to deep third, backhanded by Matt Brown. The long throw. What a play by Matt Brown. The crowd cheers as Matt Brown took a hit away from Greg Bochy. Matt Brown dove to his right behind the bag at third, popped to his feet in the blink of an eye. His throw was in the dirt, but it was dug out by Matt Pauley. And what a sensational play at third by Matt Brown to rob Greg Bochy. 2 away and 5 in a row retired by Micah Posey. Micah here on Tuesday night pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs on only 6 hits, struck out 4, walked none, a no decision in a Kernels 7-3 loss. A high pop foul onto the first base grandstand roof, and strike one to Colt Morton. That's a baseball sounding like name, isn't it? I remember the Burlington Bees, a Royal affiliate the last 2 years, had a pitcher named Colt Griffin. This Colt Morton is huge, 6'5", 230. Ball one is high. Boy, I'll tell you what, scouts nowadays in baseball look for big guys. Swing and a miss by the Giant on a curve outside, and Colt Morton steps out. He's hitting 104, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. He looks like a young Dave Kingman. Remember how big Kingman was? They named him King Kong. Mike is 1-2, a curve low and in. A leadoff homer by Peter Ramos in the top of the first on an 0-2 pitch has staked the Wizards to an early lead, 1-0. Ball 3 just missed outside, and Mike has run the count full to Morton. The fans are going to be delighted by a new promotion between this top of the second and bottom of the second. A ground ball to shallow short, vacuumed up by Sean Rodriguez, who throws in time. Colt Morton bounces out weakly to short. where Sean Rodriguez spelling Brandon Wood made the play. Down in order go the Wizards in the top of the second inning. The new promotion will be called the Colonel Cuties, brought to us by the Mercy Birthplace. I'll take a look at it on our Rockwell Collins game link and tell you how the fans like it in just a few minutes. No runs for the Wizards in the second after an inning and a half. Fort Wayne 1, the Colonels nothing. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
All Night sounds like this. Tom Izzo joins us here on All Night on ESPN Radio. Do you really fine your coaches or any people on your staff $50 if the cell phone rings when you're holding a meeting?
Sure, especially the players. As Magic says, this is the day and age where the players have more cell phones than the coaches. So you got to find those guys if they're in those meetings.
Well, does that go to the Michigan State Athletic Department or the Coach Izzo expense account?
Izzo retirement fund.
Only on Todd Wright, All Night on ESPN Radio.
The way to pocket important savings is to take advantage of Chevron motor oils and lubricants from the Otson Oil Company, your local Chevron oil distributor. Chevron lubricants are made from higher quality base oils for better performance, and that means longer life for your engine. Contact the Otson Oil Company in Cedar Rapids for details on how you can save time and money with Chevron lubricants. The Otson Oil Company, serving Iowa with quality lubricants since 1933. Visit Otson Oil Company at www.otson.com.
At Zimmerman's, we believe that the voice of the customer speaks the loudest. Let's hear what our customers have to say.
I've always had good luck at Zimmerman's. I've bought 5 vehicles here.
You buy a used vehicle, obviously you want it to hold up because you don't want to have problems with it. So we've always had really good luck here, so we just keep coming back.
On behalf of everyone at Zimmerman's, I want to thank you for your business.
Cleanup batter Blake Balcom, first to face right-hander Clark Gerardo here in the top of the second, 1-0 Wizards. There's a line drive into left, but it carries out to Jordan Pickens. Blake Balcom hit it right on the button, but lines out to left, one away in the Colonel's second inning. With the weather warming up, you'll want to make up the part of your early May activities, an 8-game homestand, and let me give you the phone number to call for Colonel tickets, 896-7560. That's 896-7560, or you can log on to our website, www.kernels.com, and order tickets that way. A breaking pitch is high and inside to Matt Brown. Brownie was 4 for 14 in Grand Rapids. He's hitting .219, a homer, 13 RBIs. Right-handed batter, Matt Brown. A pitch low for ball 2. Matt steps out, takes a few ghost swings. Clark Gerardo was 4-2 in 7 starts and 13 relief appearances for the Eugene Emeralds last year. A Texas League looper into shallow right center, and coming on to make the grab in right center is Drew Macias. Matt Brown was jammed and fisted one in the air to shallow right center for the second out of the Colonel's second inning. Halo happenings, results from around the Anaheim Angel organization from yesterday and last night, brought to us by Mike Kuhlbeck, the Director of Marketing and Public Relations. John Lackey, year 2000 opening day pitcher for the Colonels, year 2002 Game 7 World Series winner for our parent club, beat the Twins at the Metrodome. John upped his record to 2-3 as he scattered 6 hits on and only gave up 1 run over 7 innings. He got his second straight win, 3-1 Angels. Ball 1 to Caleb Mayer, now a high lazy fly ball into left. Underneath it, Jordan Pickens, and he one-hands it. Caleb Mayer has flown to left, and that's 6 in a row set down by the right-hander Clark Gerardo. After 2, the Colonels trail the Wizards 1-0. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
Who's that cool cooking man? King's Grill, who's your patio? Your patio. Charwood, other dripping man with the buns. Who's your patio? Your patio. You make good swimming. Number 1 for taste and fun.
Econo Foods is the place to save on Clements Fine products this week. Shop Econo Foods for hot pricing on Clements.
Solo Mexico, her voice soars above a sweet Spanish guitar. And her hair like Dr. Pepper, originality made her a star. The taste of Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, the roots individuality, and gives life a personality. You what you do. Be you, nothing's better, nothing better. And then you found a stage, a child came of age with a song of passion from the heart. And everywhere we tell Anna Gabrielle was an original from the start. The taste of Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, the roots individuality, and give life a personality. You do what you do. Be you, nothing's better, nothing better. Be you, do what you do. Be you, nothing's better, nothing better.
Trinity Lutheran School student Ben Gross just experienced the thrill of his early spring. He was our Culver's Small Fry this evening. His parents took him to one of the two Culver's frozen custard and butterburger restaurants and registered him for his chance to be drawn as the Culver's Small Fry, and as such, he just lived that dream. He went out onto the diamond and got the autograph of Colonel second baseman Howie Kendrick. He autographed Ben Gross's Culver's cap, and then Mr. Shucks presented the Culver's Small Fry Ben Gross with a certificate good for a free kids meal at Culver's. A strike is in to left-handed hitting Drew Macias to open the third inning. Macias swings and misses, strike two. After surrendering a leadoff home run to the leadoff man on an 0-2 pitch in the first, Micah Posey is retired 6 straight Wizards. Here's a shot into right center. On the run is Blake Balcom. He can't get it. It gets by him for extra bases. Backing him up is Quan Cosby. It's a leadoff double for Drew Macias. A sinking line drive into right center, and Blake gave it a great effort, diving headlong. He then took a nasty spill onto his chin in right center, but Blake's fine. There was Quan Cosby in great position to back up his right fielder, and Drew Macias has a leadoff double. You can register your daughter or son to be drawn as the Culver's Small Fry of the game by going to either of the Culver's frozen custard or butterburger locations. One is in front of the Windsong 12 Theater Complex on the southwest side, and the second is across from Allen Motor Company on Center Point Road in Hiawatha. Juan Siriaco, a open stance from the right side, took the ball, and now Mike delivers a strike. Siriaco batting with a runner at second, nobody out in the top of the third as the Wizards try to add to their 1-0 lead. Juan is a right-handed batter. Juan Siriaco. Open stance. Micah checks the runner at second, the 1-1. Tomahawk foul into the Plaza section, the Papa John's Plaza section, down the right field line. We'll give you more results from the Anaheim Angel organization as part of our Halo Happenings report here in the early going. Now Siriaco is in the hole, 1-2. Posey set the letters. Again looks at the runner at second and spins the curveball low. The batter looks to offer at it, but the base umpire Timothy Dobbs signaled safe. Our AAA affiliate, the Angel AAA affiliate, lost to Tacoma yesterday 4-3. That was Salt Lake. Strike 3 called. A fastball at the knees on the outside corner, and a huge strikeout for Micah Posey, his first, because now it'll take a hit from either Peter Ramos or Brian Walbrink if the Wizards are to double their advantage here in the third inning. They lead 1-0. For Salt Lake, boy, it's hard to believe just 2 seasons ago, Steve Andrade was a star right-handed relief pitcher for us. He's now at AAA. He took the loss. He was tagged for 3 hits and 3 runs in 1 inning, and Steve Andrade 0-1 at AAA Salt Lake. Tipping one foul between the legs of catcher Tommy Duenas for strike 1 is leadoff batter Peter Ramos, right-handed hitter. Arkansas dismantled El Paso 17-1. Nick Gorno and Jeff Mathis, former Kernels, each had 5 hits apiece. The Travelers pounded out 25 hits. Here's a pitch corked hard to third off the shin of Matt Brown. A runner being waved home. The throw home by Kipton, and it's not in time. Sliding in safely to make it 2-0 is Drew Macias, and down to second on the throw, the batter, Peter Ramos. That will likely be an error on Matt Brown. The ball was hit hard. It ricocheted off his shin, and indeed Matt has been charged with just his third error of the year. A hard hit ball off the left shin of Matt Brown, and then it ricocheted into no man's land in shallow left. No RBI for Peter Ramos. He winds up at second. And it's 2-0 Wizards here in the top of the third inning. Alberto Callaspo, Tommy Murphy, Dallas McPherson all had 3 hits each yesterday in that 17-1 pasting Arkansas handed to El Paso. A strike is in to Brian Walbrink. First pitch swinging in the first inning. He threw out to right. The 0-1 from Colonel lefty Micah Posey to the right-handed batter. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, a changeup. Rancho Cucamonga toppled Inland Empire 5-3. Former Colonel David Gates homer drove in 2 runs to help catapult the Quakes to the win. Stephen Shell scattered 9 hits over 7 innings, struck out 10 to pick up his second win. A changeup swung on and missed. Brian Walbrink is disposed of on 3 pitches by Micah Posey for the second out here in the Fort Wayne third inning. By the way, David Gates' home run for Rancho Cucamonga was his 7th. Former Colonel Austin Bilkey racked up his 5th save for Rancho Cucamonga. All of the Angel affiliates are doing very well. Overall record, counting the parent club, 68-50. Ball one low to Jordan Pickens, who grounded out to third his first time up. Lights are on here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. The sun is no longer out. An overcast sky. Ball 2 outside, and Tommy Duenas sprints up to the mound to talk it over with Micah Posey. Arkansas AA is 14-9. The Kernels are 14-9. AAA Salt Lake is 14-10, and Rancho Cucamonga 11-12. Our parent club, the Angels, 15-10. Boy, is it great to pass on the good news as part of Halo happenings. Swing by Jordan Pickens on a changeup. He was way out in front. He missed it, strike 1. Now he steps out. An unearned run played by the visitors here in the third inning, and they lead it 2-0. Pickens takes downstairs, ball 3. Jordan has a wide stance, slightly open, and waits. The next one is a strike on the inside corner. He was looking for something out over the plate, and Micah came up high and in for a strike. Now Micah on a 3-2 count spins and looks Peter Ramos back to the bag at second. The Wizards are 5 games back of South Bend. The Silverhawks, South Bend, still has the best record in the league, 16-7, leading the East. The payoff offering, drilled down the line and left, foul onto the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion. A long foul on a 3-2 pitch. The batter broke his bat. Back to the third base dugout goes Jordan Pickens. Yesterday we had in the 5th inning our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge. We asked you to log on to our website to answer the question and earn a prize from the Bim Ritter Diamond Shop. That's what Wendy Erickson did. Wendy correctly answered our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge on the Colonel website yesterday from Grand Rapids. We asked what nickname did the St. Louis Cardinals of the 1930s go by, and Wendy Erickson of Keystone, Iowa, emailed us with the right answer, the Gas House Gang. You bet. Pepper Martin, Frankie Frisch, Dizzy Dean, Ducky Medwick, they were the Gas House Gang. Here's a high, lazy fly ball into right. Jordan Pickens is retired as Blake Balcom hauls it down for the final out in the third inning. 1 run for the Wizards, Wizards unearned on 1 hit, 1 Kernel error. Fort Wayne leaves a runner, their first stranded this evening. After 2.5, it's the Wizards on top of the Kernels 2-0, and you're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Toyota Financial Services of Cedar Rapids understands the importance of reading in the lives of our community's children. That's why they're proud to fund the 6th annual Toyota Financial Services Kernel Summer Reading Program. The generous support of Toyota Financial Services will result in Kernel players conducting a record 32 elementary school assemblies this spring to encourage girls and boys to read throughout the summer. Their reading accomplishments will be recognized by Toyota Financial Services with fabulous rewards. Toyota Financial Services, a true hero to the Kernels and the youth of our community.
What's wrong with you, Bugsy? You look like you lost the roof over your head.
That's exactly what happened, Dollface. You see, we got another family trying to move into our territory. The termite family. They already ate my weekend hideaway, and they gotta be stopped before they take over the whole town.
Oh, Bugsy, they're so tough and mean. Don't go getting yourself hurt or nothing.
Don't you worry your pretty little head, Toots. I'll get someone else to do my dirty work. Someone I can trust to put the termite family out of business. Certified Pest and Termite Control. With Certified Pest and Termite Control, I know the termite family will be wearing cement shoes and sleeping with the fishes.
You can trust the experienced, fully licensed staff at Certified Pest and Termite Control. Certified offers guaranteed inspections and a 10% discount for seniors. For pest control service and supplies, look for the Giant Ant at 1141 16th Avenue Southwest in Cedar Rapids.
The Kernels look to get something going against right-hander Clark Gerardo, 22-year-old from South Alabama. Right-handed hitter Tommy Duenas, the first up. Clark misses low and away with the fastball. The Wizards lead it 2-0. A leadoff homer on an 0-2 pitch by their leadoff man in the first, and then an unearned run resulted on an error committed by the Kernel third baseman in the third inning. The top of the third, a big yellow hammer is a strike call to Duenas. Tommy hitting at .095, no homers, 2 RBIs. He's the catcher this evening in the Allen Motor Company order, and he cuts and misses at a fastball low and away, strike 2. Clark Gerardo has pitched 20 in the third innings and only given up 16 hits in 20 in the third. He's fanned 20 batters in 20 in the third, walked 8. A 3.10 ERA, the league hitting just .222 against this right-hander. And a foul behind home plate keeps Tommy Duenas in the hole, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Do we have our guest from Trinity Lutheran here? Oh, great, fellas. Come on down. There's an extra seat somewhere here. One of you sit right in the middle, the other on the other side, and we'll be ready to visit with you in the 4th inning. The 1-2 pitch to Tommy, grounded to third. Easy play for Greg Bochy, and he throws in time. Tommy Duenas grounds out to third, 1 away in the bottom of the third for Sean Rodriguez. During the 4th inning, we'll be welcoming a special guest from our special school here this evening. And it's Trinity Lutheran night here at the ballpark. Pastor Parker Knowles is here along with Aaron Elias from Trinity Lutheran School. A strike at the knees to Sean Rodriguez. He's in the lineup in place of Brandon Wood. The Kernel shortstop gets his first night off, I believe, all season. Here's a pitch drilled into the right field corner. Safe there, baby. Foul ball. It tailed foul beyond our view, but there was the diamond umpire, Timothy Dobb, right on the spot down the first base line. He saw it tail foul at the base of the 325 mark. Boy, that might have been a triple for Sean Rodriguez. Every time you look up, Sean Rodriguez is in the hole, 0-2, but you never worry about it because the guy, doesn't matter what the count is to Sean Rodriguez, but he is in the hole constantly and yet is a very good hitter. He swings and misses, strike 3, 2 gone, and 8 in a row retired by Clark Gerardo. I mentioned that so many of the kids were exhibiting school spirit on Trinity Lutheran night, and sure enough, here in the booth, Aaron Elias has on the gold and royal blue of Trinity Lutheran. Of course, our good friend at Trinity Lutheran is Leon Kramer. Leon conducts our chapel services on Sunday, has for over a decade. Nick Kimpton came through in the fourth inning in Grand Rapids yesterday, grounded a two-run single past the shortstop to make it 4-0 Kernels in the fourth inning. A changeup on the outside corner, strike one to the Kernel left-handed hitter. Now strike two at the knees. Kimpton barks at the plate umpire, Darren Boudon. Nick thought that pitch was low. Kimpton hitting .269, no homers, 3 RBIs. Our friend from the Cedar Rapids Solid Waste and Recycling Department, Kirby, is down below. Swing and a miss by Kimpton, and boy, has Clark Gerardo made the Kernels eat out of the palm of his hand. He has fanned 3, and he's rock and rolled straight through 3 innings of perfect baseball. The Kernels down in order for the third straight time. Micah Posey back to the hill. After 3, it's 2-0 Wizards. We'll welcome our guests from Trinity Lutheran Church and School here in a moment. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
If you don't stop by one of Jungi's 4 great locations, how will you know you got the very best deal? Stop in today at Jungi Lincoln Mercury Isuzu in Cedar Rapids, Jungi Ford and Jungi Chrysler Jeep Dodge in Center Point, and the new Jungi Chevrolet Pontiac in Anamosa. Now, 4 great locations, still one great name, Jungi.
Greeny and Golick.
The great Joe Montana joins us. Philosophically, what is your take on whether or not rookie quarterbacks should be thrown to the wolves immediately?
Well, I think the situation, you have to look at each one separately. And in most situations, it's a huge learning curve that comes up. Not only are you learning a new offense, but the defenses you're going to see in the NFL are nowhere near what you just saw in college. So that's the most difficult part for the quarterback, because you can have some great tools, but most of the game for the quarterback is, they say 75% of it is mental, in your preparation and your recognition on the field. So I think it'll be difficult. I think they think that he's going to make a big impact, but up there in New York right away. But it's always good to sit out a little bit, and even for part of that season, to get your feet wet and learn a little bit more and feel more comfortable with that offense. And also things that you see out there.
Mike and Mike in the morning on ESPN Radio.
Oh, 3 quick innings already here on Trinity Lutheran School night. They have over 450. Swing and a miss. A home run cut by the cleanup batter, Mark McRoberts. He flew out to center in the first inning. Well, Pastor Parker Knoll, I don't know you personally, but I know your school and your church pretty darn well, because you're the closest school to the new Veterans Memorial Stadium, and what a turnout tonight for you.
Well, we're glad to be here tonight and to root on the Kernels. It's been a great season so far, and we're just glad to be out here with you.
Well, thank you, Pastor. A pitch low, and it's 2-1 to Mark McRoberts, the cleanup batter, hitting 125 in 9 games, right-handed hitter. He pops one foul towards the Papa John's Plaza, and on the warning track material, Matt Pauley overran it. Boy, Pastor, I thought that ball, when it left the bat, was headed to the stands, and Matt Pauley overran it. No error, but that ball could have been caught. Well, Pastor Knoll, how long have you been at Trinity Lutheran, and what is your role there?
I'm pastor there, and this is my 9th year.
Your 9th year?
Right, and we came here and had the opportunity to be in the old stadium. Saw many games at Veterans Stadium here.
Here's a high pop foul back to the plate. Well, how do you like the new stadium?
Oh, it's beautiful. This is fantastic.
Well, thank you.
Just beautiful.
I've been here 9 years with the Kernels, so we arrived in this great city in the same year, 1996. A pitch low, and it's a full count. It's always interesting to hear, Pastor, how one is called to the ministry, and that's what it is, a calling. It's something that's a 3-2 pitch hammered foul over the backstop. What brought you to the realization that you wanted to help others for a living?
I think when I grew up, I always grew up in a church home, and I had a cousin who is a minister in our church, and he used to visit when he had a break from school, and I was just having his influence there and taking him back to school and going to seminary with seeing him, and that pretty much kind of got me thinking, what do I want to do with my life and how I can serve people and the Lord most of all.
Well, and we're glad for the sake of our community that you made the decision, and ball 4 is outside to Mark McRoberts, batter Fernando Valenzuela Jr. Pastor Parker Knoll is with us from Trinity Lutheran, and it's always neat to have kind of a mentor or a role model when you're looking for a career. And ball one is inside to Valenzuela. My dad was a surgeon, Pastor, and he always said he thought the three most challenging and fulfilling careers were medicine, education, and the ministry.
Oh, that's great. That's really good. I know a lot of people that, when you look at education, my sister's a teacher, and my mother was a nurse, so you're right on. How about that?
Well, that's phenomenal for one family.
My wife was a social worker. So.
Well, that's terrific.
Yeah.
Micah Posey's fallen behind Fernando Valenzuela Jr. 2-0. Strike one called on the inside corner. Fernando Valenzuela Jr. hitting .278, a home run, 7 RBIs. We asked Bobby Magallanes, or one of you Colonel fans did, a couple of weeks ago on the Ask the Manager show if Bobby had ever faced Fernando Valenzuela. He had, when Fernando used to pitch in the off-season in Mexico. Little did we know that his son would be playing as a professional ball player in the San Diego Padre organization. A throw to first, and the runner Mark McRoberts back safely. The Kernels have been shut out through 3 innings, trail 2-0 against the Fort Wayne Wizards. Pastor Parker Knoll is with us, Knoll. Chopper to first, Pauly to second, out. Rodriguez to first, out. Double play. Oh, those are the toughest to turn, Pastor.
Good play there.
Yes, it was. 3-6-3. Micah Posey went over to first, but Matt Pauly was able to field the ball, whip a throw to Sean Rodriguez at second to shortstop, then Sean back to first to complete a difficult assignment. 3-6-3. It was a one-hopper hit sharply to Pauly, and what amazed me is how Matt got back to the bag and found it with his back foot. He kind of had to paw for it, but there it was. Ball one outside to Greg Bochy, the son of Padre manager Bruce Bochy. Greg was robbed of a base hit at third by Matt Brown his first time up. A pitch inside, ball 2 to the batter. Well, Pastor, I know you have to wear many hats. You said you're the assistant pastor at Trinity Lutheran. Right. The 2-0.
Many major responsibilities is with evangelism, going out and sharing the gospel with people. And I've always said we're close, not too far from home, and in this case, home plate.
That's right, home plate. The 3-0 from Micah is a strike on the inside corner. A leadoff walk to the cleanup man, Mark McRoberts, and then Fernando Valenzuela bounced into a 3-6-3 twin killing. The 3-1 to the right-handed hitter Bochy, low and in, the second walk of the inning by Micah Posey. Well, evangelism means making sure that people have an open heart and know about God's presence.
Yes, and the message of Jesus Christ and his death on the cross and resurrection, and what he means for us, as Scripture says that he is the way, the truth, and the life. And we're just pleased.
Well, speaking of that, Pastor, there we go. Not to open a lightning rod of controversy, but have you seen and has your congregation seen the Passion of the Christ with Mel Gibson?
I think a lot of people have. I haven't.
I haven't either yet.
No.
I will, but I haven't.
So a lot of people have seen it.
A 1-0 pitch is fouled over the backstop. Down below it goes. 1-1 to Colt Morton. He ended the Wizards' second by grounding out to short. He's batting with 2 out, a runner at first. Top of the 4th inning, and the Kernels down 2-0.
I think a lot of people that have seen it have come away moved.
Definitely.
Definitely a movie that presents the gospel and shows people the love of God for the world and its Son.
A foul into the Papa John's Plaza down the right field line. Colt Morton steps out. He's hitting 104, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. Micah Posey is trying to pitch around a couple of walks in this inning. He's been helped by a double play. A curveball just missed inside. The crowd wanted the call, didn't get it from Darren Boudon, the plate umpire, and the count is even. The deuces are wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner at first. 2-0 favor of Fort Wayne. The batter stepped out. Pastor Parker Knoll seems to love baseball and know it well. He was excited when Fernando Valenzuela Jr. hit into that double play. A number to second. Howie Kendrick will underhand to Sean Rodriguez for a force of Greg Bochy. The play went 4-6 to end the Wizards' 4th inning. No runs for Fort Wayne, no hits, a walk, no Colonel errors. The Colonels turn a double play and 1 stranded by Fort Wayne. They've now left 2. Well, Pastor, before we visit with Aaron Elias in the bottom of the 4th inning, who's your favorite big league team?
Oh, boy. There's no doubt about it. I'm a Cub fan, and we were hoping last year, but
this is your year, right?
This is our year. So my wife's a Cardinal fan, so and my son's a White Sox fan. So we come with quite a few teams here in our house.
Well, it's nice to know you have a mixed marriage.
There you go.
I'm a Cardinal fan too. Well, Pastor, thank you so much. Enjoy some more game from up here in the Zones press box. And
what a view out here! This is beautiful. The city, boy, you got it. Just great. It's just. Thank you for inviting us up here.
You're very welcome.
Glad to be here.
We're look forward to seeing you and hearing from Aaron here in just a moment.
Okay.
After 3.5, the Wizards on top 2-0. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
Hey, where were you earlier? The Dan Patrick Show.
Actor Tim Robbins joining us on ESPN Radio. Did you take one character, any character in mind when you came up with the character or added to the character of Nuke LaLoosh?
Oh, yeah, he's a kind of a combination between Fernando Valenzuela and John Travolta.
Okay, I knew that breathing through the eyelids would be Fernando, but where did the Travolta part come in?
The walk and the white suit.
The Dan Patrick Show. Weekdays on ESPN Radio. Saturday morning. It's over easy as Scott Unash dishes up the Hy-Vee Coaches Corner here on the Zone. It's a hearty helping of local sports coverage from the Metro and beyond. All the latest prep news, the way only Scott can serve it up, cooked up live from this week's featured Cedar Rapids Marion Hy-Vee kitchen. Get your Saturday breakfast special by tuning in to the Hy-Vee Coaches Corner, live from the Hy-Vee kitchen at 3600 Highway 151 East in Marion. Only here on The Zone. Playing a sport is like driving a Jeep. You want to be tough. You want to go the distance. And you want to be the best. Now at Mike McGrath Auto Center, do it all in a brand new Jeep Liberty. Only $15,995. Yeah, Jeep Wranglers, Grand Cherokees, and Liberties from $15,995. Make your mark on or off the field in a new Jeep from just $15,995. Only at Mike McGrath Auto Center, 4610 Center Point Road Northeast, Cedar Rapids. Dealer retains rebates. All offers on select models with approved credit plus fees.
Tonight in church night, it's ball one high to the Colonel leadoff batter, Quan Cosby. 9 in a row have been mowed down by Clark Gerardo, the Wizard right-hander, and now a strike call to Quan Cosby. Quan grounded out to second in the first inning. 2-0 Wizards. Aaron Elias from Trinity Lutheran School is with us, and Aaron, we've got some housekeeping to take care of. The 1-1 to Cosby is a strike on the outside corner. Pastor Parker Knoll told us his son is listening in Valparaiso, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say hello to him.
Hello.
Well, that's great. Aaron, I know he'll be thrilled to know that you and his father, Parker Knoll, are here tonight. A high pop-up on the middle of the infield. 4 men converge, and 1 man stands in the diamond to take it, and that's Peter Ramos. Boy, that looked like well, this is probably a politically incorrect term nowadays, but it looked like a Chinese fire drill as Quan Cosby pops up to shallow second. Well, Aaron Elias, you're in what grade at Trinity Lutheran?
I'm in 8th grade at Trinity.
My goodness, you're one step from high school.
Yeah.
Have you gone all 8 years to Trinity?
Yes, I have. I began in kindergarten.
Wow, Aaron, that's something in and of itself. Ball one up and into Howie Kendrick. You've got to have great memories of the 8-year journey.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen some great teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Ball one low and in. Well, are you ready and primed to leave Trinity, or is it going to be kind of a sad graduation?
I think it'll be both. I think it's be sad to leave this, but it's also the beginning of new things.
Yeah, you bet. Here's the line drive into center field. A base hit. Yes, sir. With Aaron Elias alongside, Howie Kendrick smashed one into center. That's the first Colonel base runner. The first Colonel hit here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-0 in favor of the Wizards. Matt Pauley will bat now. He grounded out to second to end the Colonel first inning. Well, Aaron Elias, are you a baseball player?
Yes, I am. I play for the school team.
Mm-hmm.
And I also play for a team for the high school that I'm going to attend. So.
And would that be Kennedy?
Yes.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
They have a super baseball program. Do you know where the scoreboard at Kennedy came from?
It came from right here at Kernels Stadium.
Boy, you're up on everything, Aaron. Yep, our old scoreboard is now in left center field. at Kennedy. There goes the runner. A pitch, a ball, the throw to second. Not in time. A stolen base for Howie Kendrick on a head-first slide. It's his third steal in 3 tries. And you got to love what Bobby Magallanes is doing with the Kernel offense in low gear here in the early part of the game. He took a risk and sent Howie Kendrick, and now Matt Pauley with 1 out could cut the Wizard lead in half with a base hit. Boy, Aaron, that was exciting baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Kendrick at second. Pauley takes a strike on the outside corner. What position do you play?
Mostly center field. I play a little bit of second base.
And what other sports do you enjoy, Aaron?
I like basketball a lot, and I like to run. I'm going to do cross country and track.
Oh, that's super.
Yeah.
What's the longest distance you've run?
I ran an 8K on the 4th of July in Cedar Rapids here.
Wow.
But, yeah.
For those that don't know, that's a little over 5 miles.
Yep.
The ball in the dirt, a changeup. And Matt Pauley ahead, 2-1, with Kendrick at second here in the 4th inning. A ground ball, base hit up the middle. Howie Kendrick is being waved home by Bobby Magallanes. He'll score a throw to the cutoff man. They have Pauley hung up, and Matt Pauley's in a pickle between first and second. He's tagged out for the second out of the inning, but the Kernels have cut the Wizard lead in half. It's 2-1 Fort Wayne on Matt Pauley's 13th RBI of the year. The Wizards cut that ball off. And as Howie Kendrick scored, Matt Pauley was hung up between first and second, and he is credited with an RBI single to make it 2-1 Fort Wayne. And then he was thrown out, I believe, 8-3. Well, now we're told 8-5-4. I hope I heard that right. 8-5-4 is what I thought I heard in the background. A pitch to Blake Balkin is low, and now Blake tips one foul behind the plate. Strike one. Blake lined out to left in the second inning. Well, that's terrific, Aaron Elias. I had the privilege of coaching cross country and track for part of my career, and it's like wrestling. It's a blue-collar sport where you're rewarded for your hard work.
Yes.
A slider on the outside corner. It's also great conditioning for basketball and baseball. It is 1-2 to Blake Balcom. The Kernels have scored a run on an RBI single by Matt Pauley here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's 2-1 Wizards. Blake takes strike 3 called, a fastball at the knees, and that is 4 strikeouts for Clark Gerardo, the right-hander. In the 4th inning, 1 run for the Kernels on 2 hits. A stolen base helped the Kernels score. There were no Wizard errors. The Kernels leave nobody aboard and have stranded none. Well, Aaron, since your inning went so fast with Pastor's blessing here, we're going to have you stay for the top of the 5th inning. 1 more half inning, and then we'll let you join your friends and family down below. How's that sound?
Good.
All right, we go to the top of the 5th inning. The Kernels trail the Wizards 2-1, and you're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
It's a good bet. Many of you have unwanted, perhaps non-working, bulky items taking up space in your basement or garage. Well, now's the time to get rid of them during the annual bulky item cleanup in Cedar Rapids. The do's and don'ts are spelled out in a flyer you received in the mail recently. It lists the wood and plastic articles city crews will pick up when they come to your neighborhood, and explains how to dispose of unwanted appliances, tires, and scrap metals. Or check the city's website for all the details. This reminder from your friends at Cedar Rapids Solid Waste and Recycling.
Traveling today can be somewhat hectic, even downright confusing at times. Why not let Tri-State Travel take all that frustration out of your travel plans? Whether you want to experience a cruise, enjoy a weekend getaway in Las Vegas, or just need to make airline, rental car, or hotel reservations, Tri-State Travel's Westdale Mall office can help. Our experienced staff can lower your travel stress level so you can get more enjoyment out of your journey. Stop by Tri-State Travel's Westdale Mall office today and get ready to travel worry-free.
Advanced Systems, the leader in office technology, is like a great baseball coach when it comes to office productivity. Advanced Systems makes the most of your team. They do it with the latest technology for office productivity from Canon. They're also like a great trainer. Advanced Systems' advanced life support makes sure your office equipment runs at peak levels and fixes it fast if things go wrong. Hit it over the fence with Cannon technology from Advanced Systems. Call 832-8291.
Business for the 21st century with Advanced Systems.
1 Wizards as we go to the top of the 5th inning. We're delighted to have Pastor Parker Knoll and Trinity Lutheran 8th grader Aaron Elias with us as our guest here through the middle innings. Remember, our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question in the top of the 6th inning. Micah Posey misses high, ball 1, to the number 8 hitter Drew Macias. Macias doubled and scored an unearned run in the Wizard 3rd inning. Drew drills one to deep center. Quan will not get it. It's over his head and off the wall for extra bases. Drew Macias is turning to 3rd. He'll arrive safely with a leadoff triple. Drew Macias, a .324 hitter, is 2 for 2 tonight. He's halfway to the cycle. He's doubled and he's tripled. Macias drilled one over the head of Quan Cosby to straightaway center. It's his 2nd triple of the year, and it puts him at 3rd with nobody out in this 5th inning. Well, Aaron Elias, what do your folks do?
My mom, she works, she's an accountant. She works for McGladrey downtown. And my dad works for Nash Finch. He's a merchandiser.
A high pop foul off to the right. Strike 1 to Peter Ramos. He's homered to lead off the game and reached on an error in the 3rd inning on which a run scored. A merchandiser. Now, what does he do?
Well, he goes into all the kind of food stores and stores like that, and he basically does some resets. And
a ground ball up the middle, a run scores. The ball backhanded by Howie Kendrick, and Juan Siriaco makes it 3-1 Wizards as he grounds out to 2nd. The Colonel infield was conceding the run, and it's 3-1 Fort Wayne. When he goes into those Econo food stores, Aaron, what does he do again?
He kind of reorganizes some of the products and just make sure everything is there.
Yeah.
The way.
Well, he'll be glad to know that I have an Econo card.
Oh, yeah.
And I love going to Hy-Vee and Econo Foods. They're both terrific supporters of Colonel Baseball. Peter Ramos takes outside, ball 1, not Peter Ramos. Yes, this is Peter Ramos. I mistakenly said that the last batter was Peter Ramos. That was Juan Siriaco. Ramos even on the count now as Micah delivered a strike. A ground ball up the middle. Sean Rodriguez back of 2nd, takes a charity hop and on to 1st for the 2nd out of the inning. Sean Rodriguez was tested at shortstop. He had to move quickly to his left. Got a nice big hop near the bag, and there are 2 out in the Fort Wayne 5th inning. Well, Aaron, what are you planning on doing to make your 8th grade year down the stretch here in the spring memorable? Are you doing a special service project? Are you helping 1st and 2nd graders? I'm sure you're doing something at Trinity.
Well, as 8th graders, we have our chapel families, and we are chapel family leaders.
Oh.
And so every Wednesday we get each one child from each grade, and it's our chapel family, and we lead them over to the chapel services that we have, and then if we are doing special events at Trinity, that's our group that we do them in. So
that's terrific.
Yeah.
And are you trying to serve as mentors and guides for the younger kids?
Yeah, just set an example because they're looking up to the big kids.
Yes.
So you need to.
Yes, they are. I remember how much I looked up to the big kids when I was in grade school. I thought they were the neatest. I wanted to be like them. A strike on the inside corner. And goodness knows, unfortunately, there's all sorts of other influences on the internet and on television that no one would want to be a part of. And that person-to-person interaction at Trinity Lutheran, it makes all the difference, Aaron. It really does.
Yeah.
I sure congratulate you on what I'm sure has been a great 8 years there.
Mm-hmm.
And then this summer, are you going to mow lawns or play baseball? What do you got?
Yeah, both of those. I usually mow my yard. It's a pretty big yard. And,
oh, is it?
Yeah. And then there will be a lot of baseball, too.
Good.
So, yeah, I'll keep busy.
Now, at your age, does the pitcher stand 60 feet away or about 48 feet?
I'm not sure. I know it's from a mound. So,
okay.
Yeah, I think it is 60 feet. But
2-2 to the batter, Brian Walbrink. He's 0 for 2, and he skips out of the way of a Micah Posey delivery inside and low. A full count to Brian Walbrink. He's batting with 2 out, nobody on. A run home for the Wizards here in their half of the 5th. They have regained a 2-run lead. It's 3-1 Fort Wayne. A high fly ball into center. Drifting a few steps to his right is Quan Cosby to make the grab. Brian Walbrink is out on a fly ball to center. And in the Wizards' fifth inning, 1 run, 1 hit, a leadoff triple, no Colonel errors. Nobody stranded by Fort Wayne. Well, we sure appreciate Pastor Noel coming up with you, Aaron, and you are a great representative. The principal, whoever suggested that you be the person to visit with our audience on the radio, really had a good feel for what the Pride of Trinity is all about. Any final thoughts you'd want to share with us?
No.
Well, that's all right. Who's your favorite big league team?
I'm all the way for the Cubs.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
they beat my Cardinals today.
Oh, yeah.
And this year is the Cubs' year. And not that last year was a disappointment. They did everything. Well, thank you, Aaron Elias.
Thank you.
Thank you. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning with the Wizards leading it 3-1. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
When we met at spaghetti, we would never forget the Ojanos. Now it's where mi amore and I dine in. We carry out the lunch and the dinner all the time for lasagna, ravioli, mandacati, cannelloni, tortellini, or try their delicious salads and sub sandwiches too. The Ojanos is the hometown taste of Italy. For your next meal with friends and a family, remember the Ojanos with 5 convenient locations for the pasta that makes you sing.
Airport National 27-hole public golf course invites you to join our golf family all year with these great specials. 2-for-1 green fees with cart, 2-for-1 range ball, 2-for-1 mini golf. Listen to this unbelievable new special. Only $25 per person for unlimited golf with cart all day long on weekdays. And only $27 per person for unlimited golf including cart on weekends. Play unlimited twilight golf till dark with free riding cart for only $16 per person. Enjoy fast, friendly, and fun family golf at Cedar Rapids Airport National.
We have a big 3-2 pitch coming here from Eckersley. Gibson swings and a fly ball to deep right field. This is going to be a home run. Unbelievable! A home run for Gibson. And the Tigers have won the game 5-4. I don't believe what I just saw. I don't believe what I just saw.
Just a reminder that without sports, you wouldn't believe what you just heard. ESPN.
Matt Brown opens up the Colonel fifth by fouling one down the third base line. Now a swing and a miss. Boy, has Clark Girardo been tough to solve. The Colonels have 2 hits against him in 4 innings. Here's a deep drive belted into left center for extra bases. It goes to the base of the 378 mark. Matt Brown is rounding second, and he's trying for third. Here's the relay. Matt is saved. A lead-off triple for Matt Brown. Well, we saw a leadoff triple by the number 8 hitter, Drew Macias, in the top of this 5th inning. Matt Brown follows suit. It's funny how much more exciting a triple is when your team hits it than the other team. Matt Brown is at third with nobody out, and the batter is Caleb Mayer. Caleb is ordinarily sensational in these types of situations. He always seems to deliver in the clutch. A slider and a swing and a miss by Caleb. He loves hitting with men aboard, does Caleb Mayer. He has a chance to make it a 1-run game again. 3-1 Wizards, bottom of the 5th inning. The 0-1 from Girardo. Low, a fastball. Caleb Mayer flew out to left to end the Colonel's 2nd inning. He's batting .222. No homers, 6 RBIs, an RBI double in the 8th inning yesterday in Grand Rapids proved to be key in the Colonel 5-4 win. A curve, and it's a strike called, and it's 1-2 to Mayer. Matt Brown with a leadoff triple here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Caleb now has his work cut out for him. The infield is back. They'll trade a run for an out. Swing and a miss on a slider. Caleb Mayer chased the pitch down and away, and that is the 5th strikeout of the evening for Clark Girardo. Well, now it's flat up out to, it's up to Tommy Duenas. Tommy grounded out to third his first time up. Tommy Duenas with a runner at third and 1 out. Again, the Wizard infield is back, so if Tommy can just ground one to anybody but the third baseman, that run will come home. Ooh, a pitch low and away, backhanded by the catcher, Colt Morton, and that saved a run for Fort Wayne. Our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question coming up in the top of the 6th inning. Runner at third, Matt Brown, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. A beautiful curve, but it was ruled inside by the plate umpire, ball 2. Two and 0 to Tommy Duenas, looking for his 3rd run driven in of the season. There's a pitch ripped foul. It almost hit Matt Brown in the head. Matt Brown went down like a bag of bricks as that ball was ripped foul. It almost hit Matt Brown, and Matt got up chuckling at Tommy Duenas as if to say, hey, straighten it out, then I can come in and score, but don't try to pick me off, brother. Man, did Tommy Duenas ever hit a bullet that almost struck Matt Brown. It almost hit Bobby Magallanes. Strike 2 on the inside corner. My goodness. How can you hit a ball that hard and not be rewarded for it? Now it's 2-2 to Tommy. Tommy using a color bat I've never seen before. A black handle with a silver barrel. Maybe we can call it the Lone Ranger bat. Swing and a miss, strike 3. I'll be darned. Clark Gerardo has really put the shackles down on the Kernels. We had a runner at third with nobody out. He's there with 2 out following 2 strikeouts. Well, if anybody can pick up Caleb and Tommy, it's this guy, Sean Rodriguez. We've told you for his great propensity to swing at first pitches. Let's see if he does here. A deep drive to left. Down the line it may go. Adios. Adios. We're tied 3-3. We're tied 3-3. Oh, Sean Rodriguez hit one as hard as Tommy Duenas. This one inside the left field foul pole over the 3:15 mark. There by 2 feet. 3-3 the score. How about that, Sean Rodriguez? There's no fear in that guy's heart. No fear in that 19-year-old. Sean Rodriguez has tied the game 3-3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And when I said he'd pick up Caleb and Duenas, I didn't know that a rifle bazooka cannon volley would be scalded onto the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion. And we are tied 3-3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Sean's 4th home run of the year. Wow. Did he ever belt it? Now Matt Pauley takes a pitch low and a strike on the outside corner. Sean Rodriguez with Matt Brown at third, a 2-run homer with 2 outs. Now, that's not Matt Pauley, that's Nick Kimpton. And he strokes one foul into the backstop, strike 2. Sean Rodriguez here in the 5th inning has tied it with his 4th home run of the year. And he smoked it. Ball 2 rather, outside to Nick Kimpton. This crowd is still buzzing about that home run. On to the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic deck, fair by 2 feet, over the wall by 1 foot, Sean Rodriguez. Nick Kimpton fouls one off the end of the bat. It's 2-2. Two out, bases empty, and a 2-2 count to the 20-year-old Australian, Nick Kimpton. He's batting .269, no homers, 3 RBIs. 2 of them came yesterday in the Colonel win in Grand Rapids. A slider and a swing and a miss. The right-hander Gerardo fans aside, but the Colonel strike for 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no wizard errors, and the Colonels leave the bases empty. We have still not stranded a runner in the first 5 innings. The Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question comes your way in the top of the 6th inning. As we head there, it's the Colonels 3 and the Wizards 3. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
Whether you're a serious athlete or a weekend warrior, injuries can take you out of your game. smart athletes know that Physical Therapy Associates in Cedar Rapids are the experts in the treatment and prevention of sport-related injuries. Our expert staff serves the metro and surrounding area high school athletes. Physical Therapy Associates of Cedar Rapids, the smart choice in sports medicine. Call us at 398-1569. That's 398-1569. We'll get you back in your game today.
Benjamin Franklin once said,
"Glass, china, and reputation are easily cracked, but never well mended."
At Benjamin Franklin, the Punctual Plumber, we believe you deserve respect for favoring us with your business. We'll never forget that. That's why we do our best to give you service so special you'll want to tell your friends about it. We believe that honesty is the best policy. Benjamin Franklin said so.
You know it.
Our plumber will arrive at your house fully uniformed. You never have to wonder or fear who's at your door, because only the few, the best, and the talented can wear the Benjamin Franklin uniform. Our simple pricing system takes the panic out of calling a plumber. We give you the options first, and you grant approval before we do the work. There are never any surprises.
Splendid.
When we say we'll be there, or we'll give you a Benjamin Franklin, a $100 bill.
Benjamin Franklin, the Punctual Plumber.
Oh, are these kids having fun on Trinity Lutheran School night? They just had 4 of their representatives on each dugout doing the Dairy Queen dugout dance, and as much noise was made cheering for those kids as was for Sean Rodriguez when he belted a 2-out, 2-run homer in the Colonel 5th inning. A change-up for Micah Posey and a swing and a miss by the batter, strike 1. The batter is Jordan Pickens, the left fielder, the heart of the order for Fort Wayne here in their top of the 6th inning. Pickens takes one just high for a ball. The Springhouse Family Restaurant is proud to bring us the Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question. Micah's 1-1 is driven deep into left down the line for extra bases. Nick Kimpton chases it into the corner, and it's going to be a leadoff double for Jordan Pickens. Jordan Pickens has the 4th extra base hit for the Wizards. All 4 of their hits have been extra base hits. Lester Schmitz of the Springhouse shared some great news with us last week. Not only do they have roasted chicken, roasted potato wedges, and roasted 8-ounce pork chop at the Springhouse, but Lester would like you to look for the coupon in tomorrow's Gazette and Wednesday's Penny Saver for a fabulous deal on the roasted chicken dinner. A 4-piece roasted chicken dinner, buy one, get the next one half price when you redeem the coupon from the Gazette. The Springhouse coupon, of course. Ball one upstairs to Mark McRoberts. He'll likely try to hit the ball to the right side of the Colonel infield and get that go-ahead run over to third with less than 2 out. Ball 2 is low to the batter. The Colonels have trailed 2-0, or 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, and now it's 3-3, but the Wizards are threatening to take the lead back here in the top of the 6th inning. Ball 3 inside, and the Colonels have a right-hander up in their right field bullpen. And that's Jesse Smith, a right-hander. Jesse Smith working in the Colonel bullpen. A strike on a 3-0 pitch to Mark McRoberts. If you've been one of our 12 previous Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question winners, that's great, but please don't call in this evening. That'll give all the other Colonel fans their chance. Here's a base hit into left. The runner will be held at third, I think, as Nick Kimpton heaves it back into the cutoff man, Matt Brown, and it's first and third. Nobody out for Fort Wayne here in the 6th inning. A 3-1 pitch was hammered through the left side of the Colonel infield into left. Jordan Pickens goes to third, and now Eric Bennett, the Colonel pitching coach, out to the mound. You'll be dialing in for a chance to win a $5 gift certificate from the Springhouse Family Restaurant. And with those simple ground rules in place, let's go ahead and have at it here in the top of the 6th inning. Here it is, our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question. Since winning the 1987 National League Rookie of the Year with the Padres, this current Kansas City Royal has caught for 7 different teams. Since winning the 1987 National League Rookie of the Year award with San Diego, this current Kansas City Royal has caught for 7 different teams. The number to call for the $5 gift certificate to the Springhouse, 896-7589. 896-7589. Runners at first and third, and Fernando Valenzuela Jr. has a great chance to put Fort Wayne back in the lead. A curve, and it's a strike called to Valenzuela Jr. He grounded into a double play his last time up. A 3-3 score here in the top of the sixth, but the Wizards have runners at the corners with nobody out. Micah's curve is low and away, ball one to Valenzuela Jr. Fernando hitting .278. 1 home run, 7 RBIs. We have a winner already in our Springhouse Family Restaurant Baseball Trivia question. And we'll congratulate that winner as we go along here in the top of the sixth. A curve grounded to first. The throw home by Pauly in time. The runner out at the plate. Out at the plate. What a play by Tommy Duenas to seal off the dish. Tommy Duenas sealed off home plate. And Matt Pauly threw home. It went 3-2. And reaching on the fielder's choice is Fernando Valenzuela Jr. Mark McRoberts goes to second. Matt Pauly knew exactly what he wanted to do, and so does Bobby Magallanes, the Colonel skipper. He's going to lift Micah Posey. Micah Posey, in his fourth start of the year, goes 5 1/3, and he has surrendered so far 3 runs on 5 hits. Listen to the hand for Micah. Posey struck out 2, and the lefty walked 1, 2, and a U.S. Cellular call to the Colonel bullpen has right-hander Jesse Smith coming on in relief here in the top of the 6th inning. Let's tell you when Jesse Smith last pitched. We also have, well, let's do this first. Let's congratulate the winner of our Springhouse Family Restaurant Baseball Trivia question. This evening we stated that since winning the 1987 National League Rookie of the Year with the Padres, this current Kansas City Royal has caught for 7 different teams. We asked you who that was. And winning the $5 gift certificate to the Springhouse, Denny Kelly. Denny Kelly of Johnson Avenue Southwest. He comes to he's a truck driver. Well, Denny, I'm glad you're not hauling freight over the road this evening. A truck driver who listens to as many games as he can. I bet Denny Kelly studied to be an over-the-road driver at Kirkwood Community College. Denny Kelly correctly answered Benito Santiago. Yes, Benito had a resurgence in his career with the Giants the last 3 seasons. And in 1987, as the National League Rookie of the Year, he caught 146 games, belted 18 home runs, drove in 79 as a rookie, and hit 300. Benito Santiago entered this season with 211 career home runs, and he is a lifetime 263 batter. Congratulations, Denny Kelly, and thanks for your kind words about our broadcast. We sure hope you get out here during this 8-game homestand, Denny. And believe me, I still think someday I may follow in your footsteps. I would love to try being a truck driver, but first I have to learn how to operate one of those big rigs. Ever since that song Convoy came out when I was in high school back in the mid-'70s, I've always romanticized about the life of a truck driver. A pitch low and away and a throw to first by Duenas, the runner gets back. The other thing is you get to see so much of the country. And I know it's stressful with all the over-the-road hazards and the price of diesel fuel and the deadlines and the safety issues, but I still think it's something I'd like to try sometime. Greg Bochy on a curve from Jesse Smith takes it for a strike. Jesse last pitched Tuesday. That was here at home against Quad City. 1 inning pitch, no runs, 2 hits. He struck out 1, he walked 1. Right-hander Jesse Smith in relief of Micah Posey here in the top of the 6th inning. First and second, 1 out, 3-3 the score. Jesse turns and looks at the lead runner, Mark McRoberts back to second. Oh, there's Dale Brote giving us an introduction, and we're glad to wave out and give the thumbs up to our fans down below at Trinity Lutheran. An unexpected surprise as Dale Brote and the Metro cameras zeroed in on our broadcast booth here. I'm glad we were behaving well. Greg Bochy is in the hole, 1 and 2. Jesse would love a strikeout, pop-up, or double play, and a fastball just missed low and away. The crowd behind home plate wanted the call. Did not get it from the plate umpire, Darren Badon. 3-3 the score here in the top of the 6th inning. The 2-2 from Jesse is rattled to third. Could be a double play. Brown to Rodriguez, 1. Sean to first. Double play to end the inning. How's that for instant relief? Matt Brown to Sean Rodriguez to Matt Pauley, and the Kernels have turned their second double play of the game, and the momentum is definitely now with the Kernels. Jesse Smith gets a double play off the bat of Greg Bochy to end the threat by the Wizards. They waste a leadoff double. No runs for Fort Wayne in the 6th inning. 2 hits. There were no Kernel errors. A double play, and Fort Wayne leaves a runner on, their third stranded. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and it's the Kernels and Wizards tied 3-3. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
We have a big 2 pitch coming here from Eckersley. Gibson swings and a fly ball to deep right field. This is going to be a home run. Unbelievable! A home run for Gibson. And the Dodgers have won the game 5-4. I don't believe what I just saw. I don't believe what I just saw.
Just a reminder that without sports, you wouldn't believe what you just heard. ESPN.
Saturday morning. It's over easy as Scott Unash dishes up the Hy-Vee Coaches Corner here on the Zone. It's a hearty helping of local sports coverage from the Metro and beyond. All the latest prep news, the way only Scott can serve it up, cooked up live from this week's featured Cedar Rapids Marion Hy-Vee Kitchen. Get your Saturday breakfast special by tuning in to the Hy-Vee Coaches Corner, live from the Hy-Vee Kitchen at 3600 Highway 151 East in Marion. Only here on The Zone.
Hello, Eastern Iowa. This is Doug Worthen with Carousel Ford of Iowa City, and we'd like to thank you, our customer, for making us the #1 auto retailer in Johnson County and all of Eastern Iowa. So we are doing just that. In a true effort to show our commitment to you, Carousel Ford of Iowa City will soon be opening our new state-of-the-art facility on the corner of 218 and Highway 1 on Mormon Track. Come let us show you how we'll earn your business the good old American way. Fair, simple, and honest. Carousel Ford, 217 Stevens Drive, next to the Waterfront Hy-Vee. Soon to be on the corner of 218 and Highway 1 on Mormon Track in Iowa City.
Top of the order for the Kernels, bottom of the 6th inning. Clark Girardo and his Fort Wayne Wizards have out hit the Kernels 5-4, but we're tied at 3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A bunt attempt by Quan, and it's fouled at the feet of the catcher. Colt Morton, strike 1. We're at the top of the hour. That means we would like to remind you that you're enjoying Kernel Baseball here on The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600, KCRG, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. In on the edge of the grass at third is Greg Bochy. Quan is nothing for 2 tonight. He's grounded to second and popped to second. A curveball is low and away, and it's 1-1 to Quan Cosby. The Kernels have never led this evening, have come back from 2-0 and 3-1 holes to tie the game at 3. Girardo's 1-1. Is nubbed foul off the end of the bat towards the Wizard third base dugout. A lot of folks would have trouble with Clark's last name, but fortunately, growing up in southwestern Illinois, there is a beautiful city in the southeastern part of Missouri called Cape Girardeau, and it's spelled the same way as Girardo's last name, G-I-R-E, check that, G-I-R-A-R-D-E-A-U. Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Southeastern Missouri State is down there. Ball 2 to Quan, the 2-2. Grounded foul, bounce foul, past Justin Bachman coaching at first. Yeah, Benito Santiago, the subject of our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question, correctly answered by Denny Kelly of Cedar Rapids. A lot of people wrote him off. It was Dusty Baker that brought him back to prominence with the Giants in 2001. And he's kind of a physical swing and a miss by Quan, and let's count how many strikeouts that is for Clark Gerardo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts in just 5 1/3 for the right-hander. Remember that season Santiago spent with the Cubs? He batted 350 times, 7 homers, 36 RBIs, a 249 average. Swing and a miss by Howie Kendrick. Howie, 1 for 2, singled in the 4th inning, stole second and scored on a base hit by the on-deck hitter Matt Pauley to make it 2-1 Fort Wayne. It's 3-3 now in the bottom of the 6th. A bouncer fair past third into the left field corner. 4 extra bases. Over to get it, Jordan Pickens. It gets away from him momentarily, but Howie Kendrick cruises into second with his second straight hit. A 1-out stand-up double. Howie chopped it over the head of Greg Bochy, and then it fell fair. It almost hit the chalk line on the dirt behind third base. The ball then ricocheted off the maroon tarp cover, and for a moment I thought Howie Kendrick might try for a triple, but with the hottest Kernel hitter, or one of the hottest Kernel hitters coming up, Matt Pauley, a 351 average, Howie stuck at second. With his second straight hit, Kendrick's 5th double of the year. Now let's see if Matt Pauley can drive home Howie and give the Kernels their first lead of this game. Ball 1 is outside to Matt Pauley. Matt's run-scoring single, his last trip up, was his 13th RBI of the year. He's a left-handed batter. The 1-0. Low, ball 2. The Wizards have a man that has just started to limber up in their left field bullpen. In fact, he's doing some kickboxing-like exercises, some scissors with his legs. And he's yet to throw a baseball. The 2-0 to Pauley. Low, a changeup in the dirt, ball 3. 3-0 to Matt Pauley. They're going to walk him intentionally. They're going to walk Matt Pauley. Is that the ultimate sign of respect and fear? Blake Balcom, the cleanup batter, will bat with 1 out and 2 on. And it's a 3-3 game. Let's see if the Wizards bring their pitching coach out. That's Steve Weber. Blake Balcom is lined to left and struck out. Balcom will try to give the Kernels their first lead of this game. The Wizards, there go the runners! A pitch, a strike, the throw to third, not in time. It was just Howie Kendrick, not Matt Pauley. It was not a double steal. Howie Kendrick, a huge steal of third base, because now the go-ahead run is at third with only 1 out. Boy, Howie Kendrick has been in a slump recently at the plate, but he has 2 hits tonight, and he has 2 stolen bases. After the conference at the mound, the catcher, Colt Morton, comes back in front of the plate and is directing traffic in front of the dish. He wants his infielders to do, or to know what to do if a ball is hit to them. Blake Balcom, a right-handed hitter, on a 1-0 delivery, looks at a strike on the outside corner. Howie Kendrick at third, Matt Pauley at first. Gerard is set just above the belt. Oh, a hard swing on a fastball on the outer half, and Blake Balcom whistled it high into the screen for strike 2. Blake had a very good cut. Lights are on here, just past 8 o'clock. 3-3 the score. The Kernels have runners at the corners with only one out. Balcom, a .290 hitter, 2 homers, 11 runs driven in. The runner from first goes, a swing and a miss, the throw to second. Paulie safe, and holding at third, Howie Kendrick. Well, Blake Balcom fanned on a changeup, and that's the 9th strikeout for Clark Gerardo. Matt Paulie stole second as Howie Kendrick held at third. The throw was a good one by Colt Morton. The tag made it close at second by Peter Ramos. And now it'll take a hit from Matt Brown if the Kernels are to capitalize on the one-out double and stolen base by Howie Kendrick. Howie's at third, Matt Pauley's at second. Matt Brown tripled and scored on the 2-run homer Bobby Rodriguez in the last inning. A pitch in the dirt and a run-saving stop by Colt Morton. The predominant themes of the Wizard Road uniforms, gray and dark blue. Almost a navy blue, but not quite that dark. 2 on, 2 out for Matt Brown in a 3-3 game in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ball 2, low and away. We still haven't been able to make out who that right-hander is down in the Wizard bullpen. Now he's kicking at a jacket. He's done everything but throw a warm-up pitch. Brownie sitting ahead in the count, 2-0. Right-handed hitter. A high fly ball into deep right center. Way back goes Drew Macias. Way back, 385 feet away. He makes the catch. The fly ball came 1 out too late. Matt Brown flies out to deep center in the 6th inning for the Kernels. No runs. 1 hit, a walk, 2 stolen bases, no Wizard errors. The Kernels leave their first 2 men stranded of this game. We head to the top of the 7th. A 3-3 contest between the Kernels and Wizards. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
With all the talk about rising gas prices, doesn't it make sense to drive a fuel-efficient vehicle? You can when you buy with confidence at Randy Keel Honda. Get up to 51 miles to the gallon with the Honda Civic Hybrid. Every Honda model has awesome fuel efficiency. Don't wait for $2 a gallon gas to buy a fuel-efficient car. Not when you can save time and money now by previewing Randy Keel's fuel-efficient inventory online at randykeel.com. Right now, lease a 2004 Honda Accord LX for only $235 per month. At Randy Keel Honda, you'll find many great buys under $5,000 too. Randy Keel is the home of confidence, a 7-year, 100,000-mile guarantee. Randy Keel is dedicated on getting you the lowest possible price backed by the best service in the Midwest. Stop by and see for yourself at Randy Keel Honda, Center Point Road Northeast in Cedar Rapids, or visit them on the web at randykeel.com. Accord LX lease, 36 months, $14.88 due at lease signing. Includes first month's payment, security deposit, capitalized cost reduction, and excludes tax and license.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tips and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do the walking through Yellow Book. The other book.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Let your fingers do walking through Yellow Book. The other book.
Right-hander Jesse Smith came on in relief of starter Micah Posey and disposed of a threat by the Wizards. They had runners at first and second, 1 out. And Jesse got Greg Bochy to bounce into an around-the-horn double play to end the Fort Wayne 6th inning. Jesse will face the lower third of the Wizard order here in the 7th, 3-3 the score. Colt Morton, a right-handed hitting catcher, big guy, 6'5". Not too many catchers are that tall, but Morton is huge. Ball 1 outside, a slider from Jesse Smith, the right-hander. Now a pitch lifted way foul down the right field line. Strike one. We want to thank Toyota Financial Services for their continued support in our 6th annual Toyota Financial Services Kernel Summer Home Run or Kernel Reading Program. We go out to 33 schools during the months of April and May, and thanks to Toyota Financial Services, encourage area elementary school kids to read. A strike called, the right-handed batter from Smith. It's 1-2. This morning, Mr. Shucks, myself, and Colonel front office member Zach Melton went to 2 schools. Strike 3 called. A curveball on the outside corner. Colt Morton didn't think so, but one gone in the top of the 7th in a 3-3 game. Thanks to Toyota Financial Services, we visited Prairie View, part of the College Community District this morning, and also St. Ludmilla. Over 460 kids were at Prairie View this morning to hear about the Toyota Financial Services Kernel Summer Reading Program, and over 115 were at St. Ludmilla's today. Ball one is low to the left-handed hitting Drew Macias. Has he ever been a handful? He's doubled and he's tripled and he's scored 2 runs. Left-handed batter with a .324 average. Grounds one to second. Howie Kendrick shuffles to his left and pegs in time as Drew Macias is thrown out for the second out of the Wizards' 7th inning. Drew Macias from Chaffee Junior College in California retired for the first time this evening. The batter is Juan Siriaco. Siriaco is struck out looking and grounded out to second, a ground out to produce a run in the Wizards' 5th inning. Oh, a yellow hammer so effective that Juan Siriaco literally had his body leaning towards the Wizards' third base dugout. That is more than stepping in the bucket. That's being fooled by a curveball. Swing and a foul, strike 2. And it's 0-2 to the batter. We'll have a special announcement following a word from Quiznos after this top of the 7th inning. A special announcement from Peck's Flower and Garden Center. So stay tuned for that. It regards Mother's Day. Ooh, a curve from Jesse Smith, ball one. Mother's Day is this Sunday, May 9th, and Tex has some attractive offers for you regarding Mother's Day gifts. The 1-2. Ooh, it just missed outside, an 89-mile-an-hour fastball, according to the McDonald's speed pitch indicator. In right center field, and the count now 2-2 to the number 9 batter, Juan Siriaco from the Dominican Republic. The 2-2 from Smith is swing and a miss, a curveball. Down in order go the Wizards in the top of the 7th inning. And after 6.5, 7th inning stretch here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium on Trinity Lutheran School night, it's still a 3-3 game, the Kernels and Wizards, and you're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Quiznos Kernels Kids Club members. Did you know that your Quiznos Kernels Kids Club membership card is good for more than just great deals at the ballpark? That's right. By showing your Quiznos Kernels Kids Club membership card at any of the Cedar Rapids Quiznos, you'll receive a free small drink when you buy a Quiznos sub. That's a free small drink with the purchase of a Quiznos sub when you show your Quiznos Kernels Kids Club card.
Quiznos, toasty.
7th inning stretch. Trinity Lutheran School night at the ballpark. 3-3 our score. As I mentioned in the bottom or the top of this inning, Peck Flower and Garden Center reminds you that this Sunday is Mother's Day, and your mom will be delighted when she receives flowers and plants from Peck, your professional FTD and Teleflora florist. Peck can deliver your Mother's Day gift of flowers and plants almost anywhere, including to my sister-in-law up in Alaska. Choose from one of Peck's many thoughtful fresh flower bouquets and growing plant arrangements. Peck will create the perfect floral gift for your mom and deliver it for you if you wish. Order now while you're thinking about mom. It's easy. Just call Peck's at 393-5565. That's 393-5565. Or visit them at the corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Roads Northeast. Now, Peck's is open until 8 in the evening on weekdays, on weeknights that is, and until 5 on weekends. You can also order online at www.pecksflorist.com. Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center, delivering Mother's Day smiles since 1956. it looks like there may be a new hurler on for the Wizards. I didn't catch the news while I was delivering you the wonderful news from Peck, and I believe, I'll have to get a number, but I believe that Dirk Hayhurst is on the mound. Whoever it is, he misses outside to Caleb Mayer. We believe the new hurler is on. Yes, Dirk Hayhurst. A tap back to Hayhurst by Caleb Mayer. It's the catcher that bare hands and throws in time. Oh, what a bang-bang play at first. Caleb just doesn't run that well, and his little topper to the left of the plate was barehanded by Colt Morton, and he threw Caleb out. It went 2-3, 1 out, as Dirk Hayhurst, an unusual name, Hayhurst, is on the mound. Clark Gerardo went 6 innings, and he gave the Kernels 3 runs on 5 hits. He struck out 9, and he walked 1. Hayhurst misses low and away. Ball 1 to the right-handed batting Tommy Duenas, who's nothing for 2. 3-3 our score. Bottom of the 7th inning. Good news on the attendance front. 1,392. A ground ball foul past third, and it's put Tommy even on the count 1-1. 1,392, of which I would bet almost 500 are from Trinity Lutheran School. Duenas facing right-hander Dirk Hayhurst. The 1-1 to Tommy. A curve, and it's mashed foul into the screen. And Tommy's in the hole 1-2. Our score is 3-3. Again, the final line on Clark Gerardo. Isn't it something? This is his 5th start of the year, and he still won't have a decision. 6 innings pitched, 3 runs on 5 hits, 9 strikeouts, and 1 walk. A curve low and away to Tommy, and then count even 2-2. Hayhurst is 6'3", 200 pounds. He's a Midwesterner from Canton, Ohio. That's where the Pro Football Hall of Fame is. Tommy on a 2-2 delivery, grounds it to third. Sharply hit, but Greg Bochy throws Duenas out, and there are 2 away in the Kernels' 7th inning in this 3-3 game. Dirk Hayhurst went to Kent State. Now Rodriguez, who clubbed a 2-run homer his last time up to tie the game at 3, bats with the bases empty and 2 out, and he pops 1 foul off to the right, strike 1. Hayhurst just turned 23 years old this past spring, and he was taken in the 8th round by San Diego last year. He was 4-3 in 25 games with Eugene last year in the Northwest League, a 3.82 ERA. A big curveball, and it drops in for a strike to Rodriguez. There's that familiar count to Sean. No balls, 2 strikes. Dirk is a right-hander, and he's ahead of Sean, 0-2. A curve is high, and that's ball 1. Dirk Hayhurst is 1-0 this year. He's out of the bullpen for the 9th time. He's given up no earned runs in 19 innings, so he's very good. Only given up 10 hits in 19 innings. Bashing 1 foul over the grandstand roof behind home plate to stay in the hole 1-2, Sean Rodriguez. Sean's home run, a 2-run cloud inside the foul pole, just above the 3:15 mark onto the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion in the 5th to tie this game, was his 4th of the year. Looked like a split-fingered pitch into dirt, ball 2. Hayhurst is something. He's walked 1 man in 19 innings, fanned 22, and allowed no earned runs on 10 hits in 19 innings. A curve and a swing and a miss. Sean swung out of his shoes that time, but he's gone on strikes. The Kernels go in order against right-hander Dirk Hayhurst in the bottom of the 7th inning. As we go to the 8th, the score remains the Kernels 3 and Fort Wayne 3. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
your home of Sunday night ESPN Major League Baseball. The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 KCRG. Thanks for tuning in. Here's what's coming up sports-wise. Take a look at Tuesday night, the fourth game 2 of the 4-game series between the Kernels and the Fort Wayne Wizards from Veterans Memorial Stadium. 6:10 pregame, 6:35 your first pitch. Same two teams go at it on Wednesday, the 5th. Kernels and Fort Wayne again at 6:10. And on Thursday, the 6th, it'll be the first business fan special of the year. On Thursday, 11:40 in the morning, the pregame Kernels in Fort Wayne. Then on Friday the 7th, Kernels welcome in the Burlington Bees for the first of 4. 6:10 Friday night is your pregame. Right after that, it's out to Iowa Superspeedway Hawkeye Downs for Friday night feature racing. Saturday, the Hy-Vee Coach's Corner from the Marion location from 9 until 10. And then Kernels entertain Burlington at 4:40 right here on the Zone.
Dan Patrick and Ron Dibble.
Former head coach of the Bad Boys in Detroit, Chuck Daly. Will a team give Rodman a chance to play in the NBA?
I question it. And by the way, he was the ultimate bad boy, supposedly. He's the only guy to this day who drove up our driveway on Christmas to hand my wife a piece of Waterford Crystal.
What are you up to nowadays?
Today I'm watching the West Bloomfield Planning Commission and QVC.
The Dan Patrick Show. Weekdays on ESPN Radio.
The kids and staff and parents from Trinity Lutheran Church having a wonderful time here tonight. A crowd of 1,392 on a Monday in early May, the first of an 8-game Colonel homestand. Single games tomorrow and Wednesday night at 6:30, then a noon start on Thursday. Jesse Smith has retired 4 straight out of the Colonel bullpen in relief of Micah Posey. And he'll have to deal with the top of the order here in the top of the 8th inning in this 3-3 ball game. Peter Ramos had one of the 5 Wizard hits off starter Micah Posey. A home run on an 0-2 pitch back in the first inning gave the Wizards a 1-0 lead. Jesse paints the inside corner with a fastball, strike 1. Ramos, a right-handed batter, 1 for 3 with that home run in the first. A sinker is in the dirt for ball 1. Our Kernel of Wisdom comes your way here in the top of the 8th inning with the score tied at 3. And it involves Claudell Washington, a 15-year big league veteran. A breaking pitch looked good, but was taken for ball 2. Our Kernel of Wisdom asks, did you know that Claudell Washington never played high school or college baseball? He was signed off the sandlot by Oakland in Berkeley, California. And what a hitter he was, a lifetime batting average of .278, 164 home runs. He hit 3 home runs for the White Sox in 1979, and then hit 3 home runs with the Mets in 1980. Only 3 men in baseball history to hit 3 home runs in one game in each league. A leadoff walk by Jesse Smith to Peter Ramos, and that is not a good sign, a leadoff walk to the leadoff batter, Ramos. He is speedy. He has 5 steals and 7 tries. Only Babe Ruth and Johnny Mize had ever hit 3 homers in a game in each league before Claudell Washington did it. You might be scratching your head, Babe Ruth? Oh, he only played in the American League. No, he didn't. Remember at the end. There goes the runner. A pitch, a strike. The throw to second, not in time. A stolen base for Peter Ramos. Nothing Tommy Duenas could do on a curveball. And Jesse Smith let the runner get off to a flying start. Now, Brian Walbrink may try to bump the lead run over to third. Babe Ruth played for the Boston Braves, and I'm sure that's when he hit 3 home runs in a game in the National League. Claudell Washington, a rare gem discovered playing sandlot baseball. Boy, wouldn't it be something if we had more stories like that today? Signing the kid right off the sandlot. A fastball blistering at the knees, strike 2 call to Brian Walbrink from Jesse Smith. The Kernels have Von Sturzbach in their bullpen, and the Wizards have double-barreled action in their left field bullpen. 3-3 the score, top of the 8th inning, runner at second, nobody out for Fort Wayne. Swing and a miss, a huge strikeout for Jesse Smith. That's because it'll now take a hit from either Jordan Pickens or Mark McRoberts to score that runner from second base. Jesse Smith, with his third strikeout, has had very good stuff here tonight. Yeah, can you imagine how Claudell Washington felt when he was 17 years old playing baseball on a sand lot in Berkeley, California, and Oakland saw him and signed him? He only spent 2 years in the minor leagues. One of the most relaxed approaches to baseball I've ever seen, Claudell Washington. Nothing ever seemed to faze the guy. He never seemed to break a sweat. He just stood there at home plate and rattled out hit after hit. Strike one called to Jordan Pickens. Jesse Smith checks the go-ahead run at second, and his breaking pitch is way outside for a ball. Pickens has grounded to third, flown out to right, and doubled. 1 for 3, a .333 hitter, a right-handed batter with a team-high 4 home runs. Go-ahead run at second in the person of Peter Ramos. Pickens waits and thuds one foul off the chest protector of Duenas, strike 2.
We have a reminder for the youngsters from Trinity who get a chance to run a base lead in the following game.
This is the Kernels' 13th home game of the year. Our record is 7-5. And the Kernels have come back from 2-0 and 3-1 deficits tonight. We're tied in the 8th, 3-3. Peter Ramos at second with one away. Jesse Smith, the Kernel right-hander, is ahead 1-2. Deuce is low and away, ball 2. Jesse grew up in Lincoln, Nebraska. Went to several junior colleges, including one in Central Illinois. He leans in to get his sign from Tommy Duenas. Outfield straight away for Jordan Pickens. Pickens pops one foul, and it hits the facade of the first base grandstand roof and ricochets all the way back into the play along the first baseline. State Farm Major League Scoreboard, brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Lanny Peterson, Terry Schubat, Dale Thompson, and Al Shetler. Today at Busch Stadium, the Cubs gained a split in their 4-game series with the Redbirds, a 7-3 Cub win. Ball 3 just missed low and away to Jordan Pickens. They're just underway in Houston in the top of the first. The Reds lead the Astros 2-0. That's the only night game in the National League. In the American League at Jacobs Field in the top of the fifth, the Indians 2, the Red Sox nothing. A big pitch here with the game tied at 3, and now a balk has been called on Jesse Smith, and that hurts. That really hurts. A balk has been called, and now the go-ahead run is at third with only one out. You can't argue a balk, although Bobby Magallanes is questioning the plate umpire, Darren Boudon. Jesse Smith, while on the rubber, moved some part of his body. He's now blowing. Now Bobby Magallanes goes out for an explanation, and the plate umpire, Darren Boudon, meets him halfway between the Kernel dugout and home plate. Jesse Smith blowing a big bubble with his bazooka chaw. A balk has been charged to Jesse Smith, and that is huge. That's huge. Now the infield is halfway for the Kernels. The left side of the infield is not halfway. It is back. Now the entire infield's back. Oh, a curveball. Where was that pitch? Oh, my goodness. Ball 4. That looked like an awfully good 3-2 curve for Jesse Smith. And now the Kernels will make a pitching change. Von David Sturzbach will come in after a pair of walks, a stolen base, and a balk by Jesse Smith. Jesse Smith pitches 2 innings. And in 2 innings so far, he's surrendered no runs on no hits. Jesse struck out 2. He walked 2. And Von David Sturzbach comes in under duress here in the 8th inning, first and third. 1 out for Fort Wayne as they try to take the lead in this 3-3 game. At Camden Yards in the bottom of the third, the Orioles on top of the White Sox 1-0. Top of the sixth inning at Sky Dome, the Blue Jays trail the Royals 1-0. In the bottom of the first at the ballpark in Arlington, no score, the Devil Rays and Rangers. And later tonight, our parent club, the 2002 World Champion Anaheim Angels, entertain the Tigers. Von David Sturzbach. This guy has been sensational out of the Colonel bullpen. Sturzbach is the second hurler used by the Colonels out of the bullpen tonight. Von, a right-hander, no record. This is his 8th appearance. He has 5 saves. In 11 innings, Sturzbach has not given up a run. He's only allowed 4 hits in 11 innings. Von David has fanned 14 batters in 11 innings and walked only 1. To say he's been sensational is a gross understatement of his performance this season. Sturzbach in relief of fellow bullpenner Jesse Smith. Von David came on Saturday in that hard-fought Colonel 6-4 victory in Grand Rapids with the Whitecaps threatening to tie the game in the bottom of the 9th inning. Von David Sturzbach came on and got Vince Blue, the left-handed hitter for West Michigan, to ground out to Matt Abram at first. That was on Saturday afternoon in the 9th inning at Fifth Third Ballpark in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Sturzbach pitched that third of an inning and earned his 5th save of the year. We sure have had a terrific crowd here tonight. Most of them, or a good portion, at least a third of them, from Trinity Lutheran School and Trinity Lutheran Church, among the 1,392. The batter, Mark McRoberts. Peter Ramos at third, Jordan Pickens at first. With only 1 out, the Wizards are trying to take the lead in this game. McRoberts, a right-handed batter, a cleanup hitter, looks at a strike at the knees from Von Sturzbach. Von, out of the University of Central Florida, 22 years old, a 9th-round pick by Anaheim last year, was 1-1 with Provo in 22 games, 17 in relief, 5 as a starter. The 0-1 misses low and outside, ball 1. The hits are even at 5 apiece. We're tied at 3 in the top of the 8th inning. A check swing on a pitch in the dirt. Did the batter go around? No, says the base umpire, Timothy Dobb. Ramos at third, Jordan Pickens at first. The 2-1 from Sturzbach. Low, ball 3. Von is wearing a long-sleeve red shirt underneath his Colonel white home top. He takes a trip all the way back of the mound, almost a third of the way to second base, to try to gather his thoughts and his momentum. The Wizards have 2 men warming up in their left field bullpen, a right-hander and a left-hander. Look out here, Mark McRoberts ahead 3-1. Ground ball to third, underneath the glove of Brown. Throw to second, wild, and the Wizards lead it 4-3, and they have runners at first and third. That may be an error on Matt Brown. The ball was hit to his left. He dove to his left. The ball squirted off his mitt to the shortstop. Sean Rodriguez then committed an error as he threw it past Howie Kendrick. That run is charged to Jesse Smith, and the Wizards have a chance for a big inning now. They lead it 4-3. Mark McRoberts hit one off the glove of the third baseman, Matt Brown. I did not hear the ruling. Okay, it's a base hit for Mark McRoberts, I suppose, and a throwing error on Sean Rodriguez that allowed Jordan Pickens to go from first to third. And I don't know if it's a fielder's choice or an error or a base hit. I just don't know. The batter is Fernando Valenzuela Jr. Ball 1 high. 4-3 Wizards here in the top of the 8th inning. Mark McRoberts is at first. He grounded one off the glove of Matt Brown. I thought for a moment the Kernels might have their third double play of the game. But a run scored from third, charged to Jesse Smith. Now ball too low, and Tommy Duenas heads out to the mound. We're trying to ascertain what the ruling is. Okay, an RBI for Mark McRoberts on an infield single. An infield single for Mark McRoberts off the glove of Matt Brown. Matt had to dive to his left, and had he fielded it, it might have been an inning-ending double play. But Sean Rodriguez charged with the error, the second Kernel error of this game. Here's a shot into center. Quan Cosby back has it. A sacrifice fly makes it 5-3 Fort Wayne. The error by Rodriguez cost the Kernels a run, and it's 5-3 Wizards. Boy, how can you score a run by getting one ball out of or two runs by getting one ball out of the infield? That's what the Wizards have done here in the eighth inning. They've scored two runs without getting the ball out of the infield one time. And Jordan Pickens, who walked, has scored. And that makes it 5-3 Fort Wayne. Runner at first, two gone. Fernando Valenzuela Jr. lining out to center, a sacrifice fly, a curve, a strike called. Jesse Smith, now the line is final on him. He goes 2 innings. He gives up 2 runs. 1 earned on no hits. He struck out 2. He walked 2. A slider, a ball, a throw to first by Tommy Duenas, the runner back. A Sean Rodriguez throwing error on a ground ball base hit off the glove of Matt Brown has cost the Kernels a run here in the 8th inning. Strike 1, strike 2 called at the knees to right-handed hitting Greg Bochy. Well, the Kernels only trail by a pair, and we're in the top of the 8th inning. We've been out hit now 6-5, and the Kernels have made 2 errors. Both errors have been very costly. A curve is outside. And it's 2-2 to the right-handed hitter. Bochy is 0 for 2 with a walk. Started tonight hitting .261, 2 homers, 9 RBI. Greg swats one in the air to the right side. It's a fair ball. Howie Kendrick, ranging back into right, has it. Howie Kendrick with a one-handed catch on a high pop-up into shallow right for the final out of the Wizard 8th inning. 2 runs for Fort Wayne on 1 infield hit, 2 walks, a stolen base, a balk, 1 Kernel error. The Wizards leave a runner. They've stranded 4. And after 7.5, the Kernels trail Fort Wayne 5-3. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Whether you're a serious athlete or a weekend warrior, injuries can take you out of your game. Smart athletes know that Physiotherapy Associates in Cedar Rapids are the experts in the treatment and prevention of sport-related injuries. Our expert staff serves the metro and surrounding area high school athletes. Physiotherapy Associates in Cedar Rapids, the smart choice in sports medicine. Call us at 398-1569. That's 398-1569. We'll get you back in your game today.
A batter connecting with one right on the sweet spot is one of the most comforting sounds of summer. Thanks to Comfort Solutions by Banks, you can experience the comforting sounds of our national pastime in a home comfort system from Lennox. You can count on Comfort Solutions by Banks for friendly sales and service, free quotes, and high-efficiency, environmentally friendly Lennox equipment. Receive up to a $1,000 rebate or up to a 10-year extended warranty with the purchase of qualifying Dave Lennox Signature Collection Home Comfort Systems from Comfort Solutions by Banks. Offer expires May 31st, 2004. 1 offer per qualifying installation. Lennox, making your home a better place. Lennox dealers include independently owned and operated businesses. See your participating Lennox dealer, Comfort Solutions by Banks, for details.
Now pitching for Fort Wayne, Class in the league for the Wizards. Another reminder for all the Trinity.
Ryan Klatt, a right-hander, the second reliever employed by Randy Reddy and his Fort Wayne Brain Trust. Ryan Klatt with the Wizards up 5-3 will face Nick Kimpton, Quan Cosby, Howie Kendrick here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Right-hander Dirk Hayhurst pitched in. No runs, no hits, 1 strikeout, no walks. Ryan Klatt is a right-hander, and he is 22 years old, from Texas. He went to junior college in California, a second-year player. He was drafted in the 38th round by the Padres last year. Ryan Klatt, 6 feet, 185, and he'll work from the stretch with nobody on, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, Nick Kimpton looks at one low for ball 1. Klatt last year pitched in 32 games for Idaho Falls, and in 32 games he netted 12 saves, a 2.12 ERA, a 2-3 record a year ago, a strike to knees to Kimpton. Klatt is 3-0 out of the Wizard bullpen this season. This is his 13th appearance. In 14 innings, he's fanned 18 and walked only 3. Man, the Wizards have some bullpen. Ball 2, a changeup low to Nick Kimpton. Klatt's ERA 1.93. 18 strikeouts in 14 innings. From the stretch, the 2-1 to Nick. Lifted into center. Back goes Macias, and he's there in deep left center to grab it. Oh, Nick Kimpton sent one soaring in the air to deep left center, but Drew Macias drifted back and caught it. Kimpton nothing for 3, 1 out in the Colonel 8th inning. Five, 3 Wizards. They're coming off a doubleheader sweep at home yesterday of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. In on the grass at third is Greg Bochy. Strike 1 is called to Quan Cosby. A tap to short. Over to get it is Juan Siriaco, and Quan Cosby is retired on a ground ball to short. 2 away in the Colonel 8th inning. Quan nothing for 4. Boy, that catcher, Colt Morton, is 6'5". He towers over the plate umpire, Darren Boudon. With 2 away, Howie Kendrick at the plate. A curve inside. Howie's been instrumental in the Colonel offensive output this evening. He singled, stole second, and scored in the 4th. He doubled and stole 3rd in the 6th inning. A slider is a strike called to Kendrick. Fort Wayne up by a pair in the bottom of the 8th, 5-3. A high drive into center. Straightaway center for Drew Macias. He has it to end the inning. Kendrick skies to center. The Colonels go in order against the reliever, Ryan Klatt. And after 8, it's Fort Wayne 5, the Colonels 3. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
Toyota Financial Services of Cedar Rapids understands the importance of reading in the lives of our community's children. That's why they're proud to fund the 6th annual Toyota Financial Services Colonel Summer Reading Program. The generous support of Toyota Financial Services will result in Colonel's players conducting a record 32 elementary school assemblies this spring to encourage girls and boys to read throughout the summer. Their reading accomplishments will be recognized by Toyota Financial Services with fabulous rewards. Toyota Financial Services, a true hero to the Colonels and the youth of our community.
I cannot be anyone but you. Baby, can't you see I know what's right for me? Don't tell me wrong for me. I know just what I like. Yeah, call me crazy, I don't care. Come feel the joy of my generation. They got their own kind of fun. I'm the shout it out.
Dick Ramsey is the #1 home seller for the #1 real estate company. Skogman Realty. That means when you're marketing your home for sale or searching for the ideal home to buy, Dick Ramsey's Home Team will get you the results you deserve. Dick Ramsey's Home Team has the best deal going. Buy one of their homes, and Ramsey will buy yours. That's the winning edge Dick Ramsey's Home Team will deliver to you. Dick Ramsey, the #1 home seller for the #1 real estate company, Skogman Realty.
Third spot, he'll try to keep the score 5-3 Fort Wayne as we go to the top of the 9th inning. The Wizards are trying to gain the 500 mark at 12-12. The Kernels trying to reach their high water mark of the season and catapult to 6 games over 500, but it'll take a sturdy top of the 9th from Von Sturzbach and then a rally in the bottom. Here's a broken back grounder to third. The barrel of the bat lands at the feet of Matt Brown, but Matt didn't let that distract him as he gets Colt Morton. Colt Morton grounded one to the left of Matt Brown. Matt had to deal with that human instinct of peripheral vision and not be distracted by the barrel of the bat rolling towards his feet, and he did so. There's one out on a ground out to third by Colt Morton. Poor Jesse Smith pitched well. He went 2 innings. He gave up 2 runs, 1 earned on no hits. He struck out 2. He walked 2. What really hurt him was not only a leadoff walk to the leadoff man, Peter Ramos, but a 1-out walk to Jordan Pickens. It looked like we had him struck out on a 3-2 curveball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count to Drew Macias. He's doubled and scored. He's tripled and scored. And he's grounded to second. Left-handed batter, Macias. Drew lifts one into left center. Quan Cosby floats to his left, or his right rather, and has it for the second out of the inning. It looks like Von David Sturzbach is well on its way to an easy top of the 9th inning. Aaron Coonrod, a 6'4" right-hander, is warming up in the Wizard left field bullpen. He may come on to work the bottom of the 9th inning. Neither starter involved in this decision, Micah Posey, Colonel left-hander, or Clark Gerard, the right-hander for the Wizards. A strike at the knees to Juan Siriaco. 0-for-3 with an RBI ground out. Vaughn's next delivery is high, a fastball. 1-1 to Siriaco. Swing and a miss. He missed that curveball from Sturzbach by 1.5 feet. Juan takes a trip outside the batter's box towards the perimeter of the dirt batting circle. He's a right-handed batter. With 2 out and the base is empty, the 1-2 just missed outside to even the count at 2-2. We're in the top of the 9th, and it's 5-3 Fort Wayne. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 and a 1-2-3 inning for right-hander Von Sturzbach. He pitched terrifically in relief of Jesse Smith. Down in order goes the lower third of the Wizard order. In the top of the 9th inning, the Kernels need 2 to tie and 3 to win. After 8.5, the Kernels trail Fort Wayne 5-3. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Okay, so I'm dropping my daughter off at daycare, and as I'm walking out, I see myself in the double doors. Uh-oh is right. My hair looks terrible. My ends are all scraggly, and my roots. Did you see my roots? I can't believe I've been walking around like this.
Have you tried Costco?
Oh, I'd love to get my hair done, but who has the time? With work and the kids, I barely have time to find matching socks, let alone time for my hair. Besides, I need the works.
Just go to Cost Cutters. They'll have you in and out and looking great in no time.
Yeah?
Yeah. At Cost Cutters, the stylist will keep you looking great with a new cut, some color, even highlights. Check out mine.
Oh, so Cost Cutters is your secret.
Yep. I even get my favorite products there. You know, shampoo, conditioner.
That's it. I'm going to Cost Cutters. Right now. My roots. Thank you.
There are a dozen Cost Cutters here in our area, each offering a relaxed, convenient hair care experience with no appointments and no hassles. Cost Cutters make things easy and affordable with professional stylists who care about you. Cost Cutters. Live your life. We always have time for your hair.
Coffee works when it's important to you. Coffee works. Let your work shine through.
When you think of coffee, think of Coffee Works.
high-speed copying, color copies, oversized copies, manuals, booklets, graphic design, posters, banners, and presentations. Copyworks does it better. When it's important to you, Copyworks lets your work shine through. When you think of copies, think of Copyworks.
Right-hander Ryan Klatt made 9 pitches in the bottom of the 8th and retired the Kernels in order. Now the Fort Wayne Wizards send right-hander Aaron Coonrod to the hill, the third of a trio of relievers. Coming on for Clark Gerard, Dirk Hayhurst pitched the scoreless 7th. Ryan Klatt shut the Kernels out in the 8th. Let's see if the Kernels can summon up one of their exciting rallies that we've seen several of this season. It's the heart of the order, starting with Matt Pauley. Matt delivered an RBI single back in the Kernel 4th inning to make it 2-1 Wizards. They lead it 5-3 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 6'4" right-hander Aaron Coonrod's first pitch is way outside ball 1. Coonrod is from Ohio and pitched collegiately at John Logan in Illinois. A high draft pick by San Diego in 2002, a 4th-round selection. The 1-0 to Pauley is upstairs, ball 2. Aaron Coonrod, 0-1 this year, is pitching for the 9th time out of the Fort Wayne bullpen. He's pitched 8 1/3 innings and surrendered 2 earned runs on 6 hits. He delivers low, ball 3 to Matt Pauley. Pauley will likely take a pitch or 2 with the Kernels, hoping to bring the tying run to the plate here in the bottom of the 9th inning before 1,392 on Trinity Lutheran School night. Strike 1 called on the inside corner to Matt Pauley. The crowd all over the plate umpire, Darren Boudon. Aaron Coonrod, in his 3rd year of pro ball, 23 years old, comes set below the chin. Swing and a miss by Matt Pauley on an 89-mile-an-hour fastball. Coonrod was a starter his last 2 seasons with the Eugene Emeralds. Had a short stint, 4 games out of the bullpen with the Wizards last year. The 3-2 to Matt. Strike 3 called. Matt Pauley was ahead 3-0, but Aaron Coonrod came back to get him on strikes. 1 away in the Kernel 9th inning. Boy, that was some pitching by Aaron Coonrod, who's trying to save it. He's trying to save it for Dirk Hayhurst. Hayhurst is the pitcher of record for Fort Wayne. Blake Balcom at the plate. 5 hits for the Kernels tonight and 3 runs. A strike called to Blake Balcom. It's 5-3 Wizards here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The 0-1 to Blake Balcom. Low for ball 1. The Kernels only need 1 runner to have a chance here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Blake nothing for 3, swings and drives one in the air foul down the first base line out of play. The pitcher of record for the Kernels is relief pitcher Jesse Smith. Hayhurst and Smith are the pitchers of record. Coonrod with the 1-2 to the Kernel cleanup batter. Strike 3 called, and there are 2 out in the Kernel 9th inning, and the Kernels have struck out 12 times tonight. We have to remember how well this ball club played in capturing 3 of 4 from the West Michigan Whitecaps. And we have to remember that the mistakes we made tonight are certainly correctable. A couple of errors, walks, those are the little things that'll either make or break you, and tonight they've been the difference maker in this game. Matt Brown takes the fastball inside for ball 1 from Aaron Coonrod. He's trying to save it for Dirk Hayhurst and record his 3rd save of the season and elevate the Wizards to the 500 mark. The 1-0 to Brownie. Way outside, ball 2. Outfield deep and straight away for the Kernel third baseman. 1 for 3 with a triple and a run scored. Ball 3 is low. Matt steps out. Remember, Matt Pauley got ahead 3-0, leading off this ninth inning. Ball 4 in the tying run. Caleb Mayer will bat here in the ninth inning. Matt Brown walked on 4 pitches. Caleb Mayer is nothing for 3. He's flown out to the left, struck out, and been retired on a dribbler in front of the plate by the catcher. Well, you have to be grateful for the chance here in the ninth inning to tie the game. Caleb has no home runs. He's batting .222. He doesn't have to swing for the fences. A let up, dips low, ball 1. That may have been a split finger delivery, and now Colt Morton, the catcher, out to the mound, delivers the ball back to the hurler, Aaron Coonrod. The Kernels have never led tonight. Morton wearing a pair of dark blue shin guards, a blue chest protector for Fort Wayne. Outfield extremely deep for Caleb, a right-handed batter. Look out! He was almost hit by a pitch. He had to spin out of the way. Ball 2. Whew, that was a close shave as Caleb spun out of the way. Some thunder sticks make their presence known down below. The 2-0 to the Kernel DH. Ball 3 outside. Strike 1 called. Mayer taking all the way. I think Joaquin Andujar, the former Cardinal right-hander, said it best. The one thing you never know about baseball is you never know. The 3-1. Up and in, ball 4. 2 on, 2 out for Tom Duenas. Caleb Mayer joins Matt Brown aboard. The tying runs on at first and second. 2 gone, bottom of the ninth, and here comes Randy Reddy, the Fort Wayne manager. He's going to call, well, let's wait and see if he calls all his infielders in. Now Tommy Duenas is having a chat with Bobby Magallanes halfway between home plate and third in foul ground. We're in the bottom of the ninth. The tying runs are on with 2 out as Aaron Coonrod struck out Matt Pauley and Blake Balcom looking, but then walked Matt Brown on 4 pitches, missed inside to Caleb Mayer on a 3-1 pitch. Tommy Duenas still talking with Bobby Magallanes. Remember, Tommy does not have to try to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Oh, we'd love him to do that. It would win the game, but he needs to try to concentrate on one thing, and that is putting the barrel of the bat on the ball. He's using that unusual bat I talked about earlier, a black handle and a silver barrel. Never seen one that color. First pitch to Tommy Duenas, nothing for 3 tonight. A wild pitch. The tying runs go to second and third. The tying runs go to second and third on a wild pitch by Aaron Coonrod. Well, whatever Randy Reddy, the Fort Wayne skipper, said, Aaron Coonrod did not receive the message. He delivered a pitch in the dirt, a wild pitch, and that is his 3rd wild pitch of the year. Now the Kernels don't need a home run. They take a base hit from Tommy Duenas to try to tie this game. Brown at third, Mayer at second. Coonrod's 1-0 to the Kernel catcher. High and inside, ball 2 to Tommy Duenas. The Kernels are knocking on the door trying to tie this game in the bottom of the ninth inning or win it. Tying runs in scoring position for Tommy Duenas. The 2-0 from Coonrod. Strike 1 called. Tommy took it on the outside corner at the knees. The Wizards have never relinquished the lead tonight. We've been tied at 3, and that's it. It's 5-3 Fort Wayne in the bottom of the ninth inning. Tommy waits for the next pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. I think he swung a little too hard, but nothing wrong with taking a healthy cut. Tyne runs in scoring position. Brown at third, Mayer at second. Tommy Duenas even on the count, 2-2. A high, deep drive down the right field line is tailing foul and out of play. A foul ball. Tommy stroked it well. It went about 315 feet, foul by about 10 feet down the right field line. Brown returns to third, Caleb to second. On deck, Sean Rodriguez. The count remains even to Tommy Duenas. Everybody down in Miami pulling for Tommy, including his younger brother. Right-hander set below the chin. Swing and a miss by Tommy. A pitch high and in, and Coonrod strikes out the side, and the Kernels still have to congratulate themselves for making it close down the stretch. In the ninth for the Kernels, no runs, no hits, 2 walks, a wild pitch, no wizard errors, and the Kernels leave a pair stranded 4 tonight in dropping game 1 of a 4-game series, the first game of an 8-game homestand. Credit Aaron Coonrod for saving it for Dirk Hayhurst. The Kernel loser was Jesse Smith. We'll have the totals, highlights, and more coming up next on the Kernel Curtain Call. Fort Wayne 5, the Kernels 3. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Any high school athlete can be the next TV9 Cedar Rapids Dodge Athlete of the Week. First, nominate your athlete Saturday through Monday from any sport at any high school in the TV9 viewing area. Do it on the Zone1600.com, KCRG.com, or call Newsline 9 at 365-9999. 365-9999. See the weekly finalist Tuesday on TV9 News at 6. Then vote for your favorite. Vote at the Zone1600.com, KCRG.com, or on Cityline. In Cedar Rapids, it's 363-7000. Check local listings for the number. Then enter category prep. That's category 7737. And finally, hear the winner with Scott Unash on game day here on the Zone. See the winner's gallery on the Zone1600.com. And meet the winner Thursday on TV9 News at 10. The TV9 Cedar Rapids Dodge Athlete of the Week on KCRG TV9 and here on the Zone ESPN Radio 1600 AM. Time for the Kernels Curtain Call, right here on the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM. With a recap of all the action, the State Farm Major League Scoreboard, plus a look ahead to the next Kernels game, let's rejoin the voice of the Kernels, the one, the only John Rogers, here on the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM.
The kids from Trinity Lutheran Church and School are lining up at first base to run around the bases. They were a big part of this crowd of 1,392 in a Fort Wayne Wizard 5-3 triumph over the Kernels here tonight. 2 unearned runs cost the Kernels this ball game. Game 1 of an 8-game homestand. With Mike Posey on the hill and an 0-2 count in the first inning to Peter Ramos. Ramos slugged his first home run of the year to make it 1-0 Wizards. Fort Wayne scored an unearned run in the third inning to make it 2-0. And the Kernels scored their first run of the game in the fourth inning to cut the Wizard lead in half. Howie Kendrick with a 1-out single stole second and scored on a Matt Pauley RBI single into center to make it 2-1. The Wizards got that run back in the very next half inning. In the fifth, a leadoff triple by Drew Macias off of Micah Posey, and then Juan Siriaco grounded one to second as he was thrown out by Howie Kendrick. Macias scored after the triple, and it made it 3-1 Wizards. The Kernels stormed back, though, in the bottom of the fifth. A leadoff triple by Matt Brown, and after the starter Clark Gerardo fanned the next 2 Kernels, Sean Rodriguez lit into one and sent a charge into it over the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion and left. Just fair and just over the wall. A bullet, a 2-run homer by Sean, made it a 3-3 game. It remained 3-3 until the top of the 8th inning. Jesse Smith in relief of starter Micah Posey walked the leadoff batter Peter Ramos. He stole second after Brian Walbrink struck out. A balk was called on Jesse Smith. After the stolen base, Walbrink struck out, and then I thought the key to the inning, a 3-2 pitch to Jordan Pickens was called ball 4 by the plate umpire, a good-looking curveball, and that made it first and second. A balk was called as Peter Ramos went to third. It was first and third with only one out. In came Von Sturzbach, and you talk about a game of inches. Mark McRoberts hit one just to the left of Matt Brown. Matt reached out, got a mitt on it. Had he been able to come up with it cleanly, the Kernels might have turned their third double play of the game. It trickled off the webbing of Brown's mitt for an infield single. It went to Sean Rodriguez. Sean tried to force Jordan Pickens at second as Peter Ramos scored. Sean's throw went past second baseman Howie Kendrick into right field, and that allowed Pickens to go all the way to third. He scored on a sacrifice fly by Fernando Valenzuela Jr. to make it a 2-run inning for the Wizards in the 8th inning. The Kernels had a great chance to tie it with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Matt Brown walked, Caleb Mayer walked. They both advanced into scoring position on a wild pitch by Aaron Coonrod. But then, credit Aaron Coonrod, he got Tommy Duenas swinging on a 2-2 pitch to end the ball game. The final line score, the Wizards now 12-12, 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They stranded 4. The Kernels 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. Both errors cost the Kernels a run. We left 4 aboard and struck out 13 times tonight. The winning pitcher was Dirk Hayhurst out of the bullpen for Fort Wayne. He's 2-0. The Kernels' tough luck loser was Jesse Smith. He's 0-1. A save went to Aaron Coonrod, his third, and the game took, 2 hours and 47 minutes to play before a Trinity Lutheran School and Church Night crowd of 1,392. 5-3 Wizards will return in a moment with our Liberty Bank star plays of the game. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
With all the talk about rising gas prices, doesn't it make sense to drive a fuel-efficient vehicle? You can when you buy with confidence at Randy Keel Honda. Get up to 51 miles to the gallon with the Honda Civic Hybrid. Every Honda model has awesome fuel efficiency. Don't wait for $2 a gallon gas to buy a fuel-efficient car. Not when you can save time and money now by previewing Randy Keel's fuel-efficient inventory online at randykeel.com. Right now, lease a 2004 Honda Accord LX for only $235 per month. At Randy Keel Honda, you'll find many great buys under $5,000 too. Randy Keel is the home of confidence, a 7-year, 100,000-mile guarantee. Randy Keel is dedicated on getting you the lowest possible price backed by the best service in the Midwest. Stop by and see for yourself at Randy Keel Honda, Center Point Road Northeast in Cedar Rapids, or visit them on the web at randykeel.com. Accord LX lease, 36 months, $14.88 due at lease signing. Includes first month's payment, security deposit, capitalized cost reduction, and excludes tax and license.
450 from the school helped the Kernels almost come back in this one as Fort Wayne wins the opener 5-3. Iowa's fastest growing community bank, Liberty Bank, is proud to bring us our Liberty Bank star plays of the game. Here on the Colonel Curtain Call, with the Kernels trailing 3-1 in the bottom of the 5th, Matt Brown opened up the inning by tripling into left center. The next 2 Kernels fanned, and the batter was Sean Rodriguez. Here's our first of 2 Liberty Bank star plays of the game. If anybody can pick up Caleb and Tommy, it's this guy, Sean Rodriguez. We've told you for his great propensity to swing at first pitches. Let's see if he does here. A deep drive to left. Down the line it may go. Adios. Adios. We're tied 3-3. We're tied 3-3. Oh, Sean Rodriguez hit one as hard as Tommy Duenas. This one inside the left field foul pole over the 315 mark. Fair by 2 feet. 3-3 the score. On the 4th home run of the year by Sean Rodriguez. Our second and final Liberty Bank star play of the game came in the Wizards' 6th inning. With the score tied at 3, the Wizards had runners at first and second with only 1 out, and Jesse Smith came on in relief of starter Micah Posey. The 2-2 from Jesse is rattled to third. Could be a double play. Brown to Rodriguez 1. Sean to first. Double play to end the inning. Yes, it was. Those are our two Liberty Bank star plays of the game. Brought to you by Iowa's fastest-growing community bank, Liberty Bank. 2 unearned runs spelled the difference in the Kernel opening loss to Fort Wayne 5-3. Up next on the Kernel Curtain Call, we'll take a look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Kernel fans, your Cedar Rapids Taco Bell restaurants have something new for you to cheer about this season. A Taco Bell 10 spot. When the Kernel scores 10 or more runs in any game this season, you'll score beef tacos for just 39 cents the very next day at any Cedar Rapids Taco Bell. That's a savings of 50 cents per taco. Limit 10 per customer. Remember, when the Kernels put up a Taco Bell 10 spot by plating 10 or more runs in any game, you get up to 10 39-cent beef tacos the very next day at any Cedar Rapids Taco Bell.
Multitasking is today's buzzword. We're parents, employees, board members, spouses, caregivers. The list goes on. Your local Pekin Insurance Agency, Sheets Forest Draper Insurance in Marion, is great at multitasking, too. Sheets Forest Draper will find the right insurance coverages for you. See Scott Draper of Sheets Forest Draper for coverages on your home, auto, life, health, and business. Finding the right insurance is one less task for you to do when you depend on your hometown professionals with Pekin Insurance.
The Kernels, a very resilient bunch, will try to bounce back tomorrow to even this series with Fort Wayne in a game apiece after a Wizard opening victory 5-3 here on Trinity Lutheran School night. Thanks to State Farm Insurance agents Lanny Peterson, Gary Schubat, Dale Thompson, and Al Shetler, we can now check scores on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. 2 games in the National League. One was at Busch Stadium. And I know Giants and Dodgers are a great rivalry, and I know the Yankees and Red Sox are, but for my money, the Cardinals and Cubs, nothing can match it. It was Game 4 of a 4-game series at Busch Stadium, and the Cubs turned back the Redbirds 7-3 this afternoon. And again, not boasting, but what a baseball town. In late April and early May, the Cubs and Cardinals drew in 4 games over 181,000 people at Busch Stadium, and it's not even a pennant race in late April and early May. That's a credit to baseball in the Midwest, the Cubs and Cardinals. In the top of the 7th at Houston's Minute Maid Park, the Astros lead the Reds 5-4. That's the only action in the National League. Now in the American League, at Jacobs Field, the Indians shaved Boston 2-1 tonight. They're in the bottom of the 10th inning at Sky Dome, and now wait a minute, this should be a final. It is the Royals 3, Toronto 2 in 10 innings. Kansas City in 10 innings beats Toronto at Sky Dome 3-2. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning at Camden Yards. The White Sox up on the Orioles 5-2. And listen to this one. At the ballpark in Arlington, Lou Pinella's stomach has to be churning. The Rangers are mauling the Devil Rays 9-0 in the top of the 8th inning. Later tonight, our parent club, the 2002 World Champion Angels, host Detroit. That's our look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard here on the Kernel Curtain Call, brought to you for the 9th year in a row by State Farm Insurance agents Lanny Peterson, Dale Thompson, Al Shetler, and Gary Schubat. The Kernels put the tying runs aboard with 2 out in the bottom of the 9th, but Aaron Coonrod fanned Tommy Duenas, and 2 unearned runs cost the Kernels this game in a Wizard 5-3 triumph. We'll try to even the series at a game and a piece tomorrow. 6:30 is our start time. The temperatures are supposed to be in the low to mid-70s. So please come out. We're still trying to get our first crowd this year of over 2,000, and I know we can do it here on this 8-game homestand. We should have 4 or 5 crowds of over 2,000. We'd certainly like to have you be part of the fun. Fort Wayne turned back the Kernels tonight 5-3. Our in-studio engineer was Emily. I'm John Rogers. Dugout interview time tomorrow, 6:10. So long, and you're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
This has been a special sports presentation from the Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, Cedar Rapids. Now back to our regularly scheduled ESPN programming already in progress.